Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Metaphor ReFantazio. As we get ready to go and have our rematch against Luis, here's one more last-minute theory. Luis is actually triplets named Huis, Duis, and Luis, helping their uncle Scrooge to collect lots of treasure for his Reeve bin. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? I think I've just seen lots of lurks coming into the chat here. I see Oak saying, hey, longa, hey, Oak, and then says, lurk, I am still trying to fix Windows on my computer. I'm sorry you're having such a hard time. I feel for you, because the similar thing happened I mentioned before when Clam was helping me switch over to solid state drive for the boot drive, and it's all sorts of problems. But thank you for the lurk, Oak, and Wendy! Oh, excuse me, why say Wendy? Queen Katie. I was gonna say they rhyme. Wendy and Queen Katie don't rhyme. They both end in E. They kind of rhyme. How you doing? Queen Katie says howdy. Lurking while I watch Tony's Game Lounge. Awesome. I mean, he's a good guy, so I don't blame you. Well, thank you for the lurk, Queen Katie. You know what that means? If Queen Katie's lurking, we can let people die. And if Heisme or Basilio die, then it won't count toward a death counter, and it's gonna be fine. And we just won't tell Queen Katie. It'll just be our secret, okay? But thank you so much for the lurk, Queen Katie. I appreciate that. Queen Katie says, chat, ping me if death happens. No! That's the opposite of what I was just saying. And Queen Katie says, the stream will be muted. Okay, so at least don't tell Queen Katie that I said not to tell her. We can agree to that, right? Eglin! How you doing, Eglin? Said, saw we reached 1K. We did! Yeah, just like, was it yesterday or the day before we reached 1K? And guess what? We even had one follower since then. And so I think we're somewhat safe so that if like someone deactivates account, we're good. So yes, we did. So still working on figuring out Utao. Oh, that's the Vocaloid program that you're talking about, right? Said I'm finishing the drawing because I got sidetracked with Epic the musical, but I'm cooking it. It looked like you were cooking. It was looking great. I couldn't believe, like the one picture that you showed before the hair was in, and you were saying that like you drew that in a moving car. Wendy, there's Wendy. I said Wendy earlier.
Imagine I'm speaking in the 4Kids Dubs Anji voice right now.
Hey.
Happy 46 months. I love you guys so much, and I hope you all are having a good day.
Thank you so much for re-upping the sub, Wendy. Yeah, the Sanji will. Hey, happy 46 months. I love you guys so much. I hope you all having a good day. And then he pulls out his lollipop. How you doing, Wendy? Thank you so much for re-upping the sub. 46 months. You are now starting on your 6th subscription baby's gestation. So thank you so much, Wendy. Oh, Vendigo is back here. Saying more metaphor. Yippee, Vendigo. I felt so bad because last time, I think I finally reached where your messages were appearing in the chat, and then I checked the very bottom and you had just left. And so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am not good at streaming, Vendigo. But yes, we're doing some metaphor today. We'll go ahead and load up the game. And how you doing? How is everybody? Oak, Queen Katie, Eglin, Wendy, Vendigo, anybody else who might have popped in since then that I haven't had a chance to read your comments yet? How are all of you? So to recap where we left off last time. Excuse me. I still have that cold, and the cough has gotten a little bit like more. Well, I got more stuffed up today. Yeah, so it's our last day before we head to Grand Trad to go face Count Luis for like the second time, basically. And so we were going through this area here, and it was just a quick little dungeon for a bounty. It's out here in the frozen area, and so I did most of this off stream. You're supposed to kill these Valmo until the monster shows up, and then I got to the point where I killed enough that something started happening, so I closed the game, reloaded, and I just kind of ran around and grinded. I'm over-leveled for this, so it didn't really help me with levels, but check this out. There's some butterfly monsters in there that drop Magla pills, and so I just ran around for a while, and I got 99 Magla pills! I will never use them because I'm a potion hoarder. But they're there, so at least I don't have to stress about Magla anymore. So we're just gonna really quickly kill whatever the boss is here, and then we're gonna go fight Luis. And I have some thoughts and some guesses about Luis. But first we gotta go find a Valmo and just kill it.
Right there.
Oh. Yes, these butterflies. See, it's dropped a Magla pill again. Hang on, we missed it.
I see the
We missed some dogs. You never want to like kill a dog's friend, but then not the dog, because that's just mean. Okay, so let's make sure that we're topped off at everything, and let's go in and do this mini boss fight. Because Queen Katie is not here, we won't tell her if I die a bunch. But I'm totally not gonna die. I'm gonna be fine. I am good at this game. And then we'll go fight Count Luis. Oh wait, where is he? Oh yeah, he's got to jump out. There we are. Now, see, this is what was happening before. I'm like, okay, I had to close the game. Let's see. Eglin says, oh yeah, Utao in finishing the drawing. Da-da-da says, Utao is entirely in Japanese, so I'd probably have to change my laptop language to do it. Good on you for your dedication, then. I hope it goes well. Bumbo says, boo, ah! Bumbo, how you doing? I'm so happy that we've been able to see you at a bunch of streams lately. And sorry that I have to keep muting to cough. It's probably going to be like that for a while, just when I was finally recovering from my old cold. And when he says laughing, Eglin says, oh, Logan, like a solid 70% of my art happens in Movie Car. That's when my brain starts working. You know what that's got to be like then? That's like on Dragon Ball Z when they train with weighted clothes, so then when they take off the weights, they're that much stronger. Like, moving is so much easier. That's got to be what doing art in a moving car is. Like, developing your skills so much that you can still draw lines just fine, even when the car is all, like, jostling around. So you're getting like super powered art skills. And when he says, I'm good, just got off work, so I'm gonna be lurking as I unwind and chill. Well, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll try not to make too many floundering, possibly dying noises. Again, I feel like I'm over leveled for this dungeon. So this should not be a repeat of what happened before. I'm even leaving Basilio in here. I probably should have checked to see what archetypes we got everybody, but we're probably fine. And Vendigo said, ha ha, it's all good. I watched the VOD, so I did see your response. Okay, good, I'm glad. I was worried. I felt really bad about that. Oh, and we got someone over on YouTube. It's Dedotated. Am I saying that right? Dedotated? Saying hey, hey. Ooh. You should check out our Discord, Dedotated. If you're a subscriber on Twitch, you get access to a Hey Hey channel where people only say Hey Hey. But welcome, Dedotated. Again, I hope I'm saying that right. If you're new here, let me, before we do the boss fight, give you the quick rundown of the channel. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this game, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. If my voice sounds strained, it's because I am sick. And yeah, so I'm always behind in chat. But anything else you write, I will eventually get to it. So welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here. We're here! I can already sense our bounty, as well as another presence. Boom, 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 boom. I'm so glad we had that little cutscene of me looking around. Couldn't have just cut straight to this two-headed lion thing. A monster with two heads. Undoubtedly, this is the great ice beast of which we've heard so much about. Oh crap, I hope I made sure that everybody has fire. I don't think I did. Well, hang on, what's that behind him? Oh, it's a Mustari dude.
Oi.
Hey you, it's dangerous there. Stay away from that monster and get behind us. What monster? This presence is a divine sign of the coming age. It's a testament heralding a new epic written according to Lord Luis's gospel. Crap, he's a Luis dude. Well, I mean, we should, maybe he hasn't heard that Juna had a falling out. And we said, well, Juna's here, we're on your side. So let us kill your dog. And when all has been effaced within that void, Lord Luis shall establish a new nation. This beast and I, we are here alike to aid him.
Wait.
Is this soul truly an associate of Luis? Well, what was your hint, Heisme?
No.
Oh, this one's an adherent. The devotion's all one-sided like. Plenty of his lot running around the front line, among the frontline soldiers. pushed to fanaticism by frustration with the top. I like that he's got fanboys. Luis has them. But what's he doing with a monster? That thing certainly doesn't play nice with people. It's a ferocious beast. When we first met, the beast had been grievously wounded. Teaching an injured beast some manners is simple with the help of an igniter, that is. Oh, so he's mean. That legendary beast would be at my command. Sorry, I can't read. My brain is like foggy from this cold. Let me read a couple comments in chat and see if my brain will finish waking up. I'm sorry.
Ho ho ho.
Huh?
Merry Christmas.
Hey!
It's me, TTS Claus. I'm filling in for Santa today because he died.
What?
You have 3 wishes. Use them well. Ho 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 boo.
Ah! Okay, well, first of all, if did you kill Santa? Because I think according to the Santa Claus rules, you now become Santa. Which is weird, because you wouldn't think you'd want to reward the murderer of somebody. Okay, so I wish, here are my 3 wishes. I wish that Santa Claus is back to life, healthy and hearty and hale. I wish that I would finally find a girl that we could both be in love with each other and everything like that, and everything be great and wonderful. And 3, enough financial success to be able to support her and a family. There's my 3 wishes, Oak. Oh crap, I should wish for more wishes because you didn't specify. I screwed up. Over on YouTube, Denotated said, I'm kind of new to the channel. I've been seeing your clips on P3R. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. Well, thank you. I'm glad you've been enjoying the clips and everything. I appreciate that. Back over here on Twitch. Let's see. Eglin says, I may still do more epic art because I have an unfinished drawing of Cilia. What was the other one? Charybdis? Wasn't that the 2 monsters he had to, like, go between? It's been a long time since we had our unit on the Odyssey in high school. When he said, there's an event I want to play, Bang Dream, an event I want to play in Project Sakai happening at the exact same time. Both start today, so I got to decide which one I'm going to grind on. Which one gives the best rewards and the more likely to obtain rewards? It's significantly easier to make the leaderboard in Bang Dream events than it is in Project Sakai, because a lot of events in Bang Dream are fairly dead, so you don't have to play as much to keep your spot. While in Project Sakai, you have to play like every chance because you'll get boated. I would say Bang Dream then, but that's just me. And Bubba says, oh, I will absolutely snitch. No, okay, well, let's do this fight. I have wasted enough time. I've stalled enough. That a legendary beast would be at my command? Why, surely this is divine providence. And so together we combat any who would make an enemy of Lord Luis. Wait, could it be that you are the self-proclaimed prince that would defy Lord Luis? Crap, he is up on current events. Ha ha! Providence blesses us further. Killing you would beckon Lord Luis's world closer yet.
I'm going.
I don't believe his word. Believe words will reach him. So come, get ready, everyone. Well, if Heisme says we gotta kill a guy, we gotta kill a guy. Huh?
Oh, I forgot to mention it's Aladdin rules, so I can't bring anyone back to life and I can't make anyone fall in love. You can be financially stable, but you didn't specify financially happy, so sorry, but you're getting the median income in Indonesia. On the bright side, you have 2 more wishes, boo.
Ah, but so no, that doesn't even sound like Aladdin rules. These are like evil genie monkey paw rules. Okay, so here's the other 2. I still have 2 wishes. I wish that there will be brought into existence an identical clone of Santa Claus. So you're not bringing anyone back to life, but you are creating a new life. How about that? And I don't wish you to find me a girl to make her fall. I wish that I will meet a girl that we would just naturally, that would happen. That we'd be compatible and we'd be attracted to each other and it'll be wonderful. So I just need that opportunity. I will do my part. TTS Claus, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. All we do to see Lord Luis's world realized, and so do I hereby consign all of you to oblivion! Yeah, denotated, I should let you know, the clips and shorts that you see, there's like a lot of just the distilled fun moments. I waste a lot of time. I waste a ton of time. So please don't expect like that nonstop. But it's good to have you here. Okay, let's try and steal some stuff from these guys. What are they?
We need a different approach.
Yeah, let's see if they got any rare loot we can rob. And got a new moon hairpin.
Here I go.
All right, let's start lighting some dudes on fire. Wait, why do we already know he's weak? Oh, it's probably because we went to the informant, and so we already know that he's weak against fire. See, a one-headed lion beats a two-headed lion. That's like a rock, paper, scissors thing. And the thing that beats a one-headed lion is a zero-headed lion. It's weird, but you just run with it.
Burn!
Burn!
Hit the
Oh, other guy absorbs fire. Oh, so we lose our turn. So I can't do any fire stuff that hits everybody. And he just got a crap. He has a magic barrier, so we should kill this guy first. So
You better be ready.
let's try some physical attacks. That's to all enemies 1 to 3 times. All enemy. I guess we could try all enemies.
Okay, well, I'm Santa now, so you've just cloned me, and getting you a girlfriend is the one thing I am incapable of doing. Sorry. Still an extra wish, though.
Sir.
Boo.
Again, I just want you to introduce me to somebody. That is impossible. You know what that reminds me of? Did I ever tell you guys about the time I tried to sign up for eharmony.com, the dating site? I'd pretty much given up on dating sites, but my best friend from high school got married, and he said he met his then girlfriend, fiance, now wife on eHarmony. And so, like, you know, I'll give it a shot. And so I went on to eHarmony, and he had this big questionnaire, like a massive, well, it wasn't just a normal sign, but he had to answer all these questions. And then at the end of it, when it was finally done, it came with a thing that said, I'm sorry, we can't give you a profile. We have certain guarantees we provide on our website to be able to guarantee that you'll find a relationship within such amount of time. And we just don't think that you're someone who will be able to find a relationship with our guarantee. This happens to about, like, 20 or 30% of the people that sign up. Sorry. So eHarmony.com rejected me. Now Santa did the same. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Okay, let's try physical attacks on both these dudes. Oh, dude is really weak against physical stuff.
Perhaps this suits me.
Okay, do you have any physical things? Assassinate. Deals heavy physical dark damage to one enemy. Let's try and steal from the other guy too. See if he has some loot. We got a hairpin from the dog. And an anti-dagger weaver?
To belong to a priestess.
I don't think she has any physical skills, so she's gonna smack him.
We shall sweep them.
Just smack him.
Yufa hit their weakness.
And I don't usually have a lot of physical stuff, so we're just gonna keep smacking, dude. Oh, he resists that type.
Let's do this.
So it's actual smackage. So I want to do a frenzy again, because that is heavy. I think we've got this figured out. We're gonna be fine. This is like slightly
Let
more
us clean up this mess.
challenging than I was expecting, but it's fine.
I'll use what I must.
Let's try assassinate on bro, unless he like also
Some
absorbs
dark
dark,
arts.
but it's like physical dark, not magic.
Everyone is counting on me.
And
It is over.
smack.
It's okay. We can do this.
And
Find us power.
is there anything else that I can do that he wouldn't resist? I don't want to. It's probably just ice. So let's just try Emerald Vortex on both.
Wind.
Oh crap! The other one will reflect back. I'm gonna die.
A tough one.
Oh no, it didn't happen. But oh, it's chaotic. Thank you very much. Chaotic, how you doing?
Nice one.
3 misses and a weakness. Chaotic, thank you. Okay. Oh, there's a pin message. This is written by Vero, pinned by Crystal. Vero and Crystal, how you doing? Said, yeah, sorry, we have the power to get you a girlfriend, but we can't because you're too screwed? Like screwed up? Or it just like amuses you guys to not? I thought y'all were my friends. I thought you were my friends. We talked wasn't it last stream we talked about being a good wingman? Chat? Well, thank you for the pin message. Let me read a couple of comments in the chat. Let's see, Bumbo's, I read that from Bumbo when he said Bumbo snitches get stitches though.
Was a sight to behold.
Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. I have brought Gallica into reality. Go to her. Only problem is she lives in Antarctica and so you have to go find her. Happy TTS Claus. Boo.
I probably have to hurry too. I don't think she'll survive.
You think yourself equal to a huge
I mean,
fragility?
Aladdin rules you're not supposed to kill. Is it one of those things where it's like in Batman Begins where it's like, just because I'm not gonna kill you, I don't have to save you. So you're like leaving Gallica stranded in Antarctica and you're just gonna let her die? How could you, Santa? But thank you for the 10 bits. Over on YouTube, Dedotated says, oh, I don't
Let us
mind.
clean up this
And
mess.
Chaotic said, I am on YouTube, I am on Twitch, I am under your bed. I am in your closet. I'm in your curtains. I'm in your head. That's a lot of places to be at once. Chaotic. Dedotated says, laughing, not gonna lie, you're cooked. In this fight or in the dating world?
Be neither timid nor arrogant.
Okay, so once again, he had some kind of like reflective barrier. But while I was here, another drop that we got a lot of. Huh?
What do you expect, Logan? I live in the North Pole. Boo.
Ah! Thank you for the 10 bits. But that's that's the opposite side. North Pole is north, Antarctica is south. You could have at least like brought her up to the North Pole so you could invite her inside for some hot cocoa. I mean, she's a fairy. A fairy is practically just a tinier elf that flies. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate it. Okay, where's the thing? We've got, there was some item that we had. It was some type of hammer or something that will undo. Here we go. It spells, physical barriers. No, he's got a magic barrier. That's Mind Break Hammer, right? I think. Yeah, it's a magic, so we got to do that before we can do any fire on bro.
This is the power said to belong.
Wait, did it say? It didn't say it failed. It fell, right? Huh?
The Earth is round, so the North Pole might be closer than you think.
Well, okay, Vero. Yes, the Earth is round. I feel like from my work at the planetarium that I don't think that is how globes work. But you know what? I could be wrong. I should probably trust you. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. We'll do a recovery just because it looks like Yufa is hurting. Because I feel like we're in good shape right now. We killed the dog's master.
That helped us out.
Quite a boon.
And so yeah.
I beat down first. All right.
Oh yeah, he has medium fire, so he can still. We'll gain a turn here.
Right in their weak spot.
Let us clean up
Beat
this
us down,
mess.
Basilio.
Power
And
of kings.
yeah, I don't have any fire, but we can at least assassinate, bro.
Rancor. Commendable bearing.
This is the power said to
Why is his
belong to a
attack and
priestess.
defense so high? Is something bad gonna happen if he attacks us again?
Oh, souls of kings.
We gotta kill
give
this
me
guy quickly
strength.
then. Oh, he's almost dead! He's almost dead! With Seeker's Flame do heavy magic, fire damage to all enemies. Yeah, we want to. Oh, that's extreme wind, and it says he's weak against that. Extreme is more than heavy, yeah? This should finish him off. Hey, look at that. We killed a dog, but we did not kick it. Like I said, that was easy. Talisman of the Avatar and Hermit White Mask.
Not bad, eh?
All right, I should read some more in the chat, though. Oak says, before I forget, and then the whole command. Bumbo says to Wendy, worth.
Tremble before me.
But you see, Bumbo, there was nothing to snitch on me. I did well, for once. Oak says, great quote. Kim says, streamly checking a hydration reminder. Off to eat by go. Thank you so much for popping in, Kim. I will hydrate right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, see, I don't think we'll get our courage until we actually... Oh, the guy's still alive. Turn this into what was the Redemption Center? Recruitment Center. There we go. Hopefully that'll finally max out courage so we can do our next level with Alonzo. Frost Point Horn. Impossible, huh?
What's up, Daddy? Pay no attention to quote 353, it's unrelated. Bo.
Ah! I am not your daddy. I am so sorry, but I'm not your daddy. But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Oak. I'll read a few more comments here. Wendy says, also, my friend at work showed me a clip from Naruto today, bro. I low-key might gotta watch, if nothing but for my Gotsuke, Yuri Lowenthal. Oh, yeah, because he plays Sasuke. You know what I love about Yuri Lowenthal in Naruto? He, at some point during the show, I don't think he did this from the start. He decided he was going to pronounce, like, every character name and, like, ninja attack with a Japanese accent. So everybody else is like, hey, Naruto, how you doing, Naruto? He's like, Naruto. Like, and he'll be talking like normal like this, and Naruto. And it's, I don't know, I'm not doing it well enough, but it's great. When he said, also, guys, in 2 weeks I'm planning to go to NostalgiaCon in California. And so many Yu-Gi-Oh! Goats are going to be there, including Wayne Grayson, the voice of Joey. Might actually cry tears of joy. I'm so excited. I know he did that cameo for you, but you haven't, like, met him before. So this will be awesome. When is it? My first con, so I'm very nervous. Conventions are fun. I've never heard of NostalgiaCon, so I don't know if it's a big or a small one. I assume a small one. I hope you have a good time there. Let's see, and Dito Tate says, so with the eHarmony stuff, yeah. That's why chat can just make fun of me for being lonely and they don't have to worry, like, well, since last stream, did he meet a girl? No, I did not. I did not. Crystal over on YouTube says, Logan is too cooked to have a girlfriend. Too cooked despite being white. It's because I have pale Irish skin. You walk out in the sun, I freckle and then ignite. There's no, like, proper amount of cooking. I'm just always burnt. Dito Tate says, la la la. Said, Logan, you got to stream Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. I'm planning on it, because we played Chapters 1 and 2. The question is when. because I'm excited and eager to play. So part of me wants to go like, we're going to be finishing up both our games relatively soon. And it's like, maybe part of me wants to go like right into Deltarune, but a part of me also feels like people won't want to watch if they haven't played it yet. Because I think everybody here likes having played the games that I haven't played. So I'll probably give a chance for people to play it. Then you can watch without fear of spoilers. That sounds like a plan, I think. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4. Chaotic says, hello, Crystal. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts Final Mix for 3 hours straight. My first experience with Kingdom Hearts. Oh, are you enjoying it? I still need to play Kingdom Hearts 3. I never have. It weirds me out how realistic, like people show screen grabs from a Pirates of the Caribbean level on 3. And I know 2 had Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's like, it's weird. I don't want like Goofy and Daffy, not Daffy, excuse me, Donald. Like with photorealistic looking people. Unless it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the movie. That one's acceptable. Oh, and Wendy with a hydrate command on Twitch. Thank you very much, Wendy. I appreciate that. And then Crystal says, Logan, he said you have 3 wishes, not miracles. You still have one more wish since wishing for a girlfriend is not counted, /J. I thought, I would have figured that wishes could be more magical even than miracles. Like, because like miracles, they say that miracles do actually happen. But wishes, oh. And Vero says, hello, chat. How you doing, Vero? Okay, let's see what happens with this guy that apparently is not dead yet. Impossible! The beast is a symbol of the upcoming upheaval. The proof that the world responded to Lord Luis's will. To see it defeated is...
Hey!
Wake up, mate! Have a look around with your own eyes. Ah! By the way, who was it that posted that video in the Discord? Of the Tacoma pickup truck with a Basilio license plate, and the guy was like, "Oh, Dell, look at that Dell, it's a big old Tacoma Dell." It amused me. Listen, I was a soldier too, so I get where you're coming from. After a while, it all feels so hopeless and suffocating. Feels like it wouldn't be so bad to see this country turn to ash. Luis will break everything apart, I've no doubt. The injustices will be gone, sure, but also the good things, the important things. He'll come for it all.
Hey.
Does that truly sit right with you? Your friends, your family, the places where you shared meals? By the way, I'm opening a restaurant soon. So, you know, if he does break the place where you share meals, come on down, patronize it, you know. We don't have a name yet. I was going to call it Basilio and Dells, but that won't work for reasons. There must be one thing in this world you couldn't bear to lose, isn't there? I mean, other than your 2-headed dog we just murdered. Because I'm really sorry if that was it. Once those things are gone, they're gone forever. There must be another way besides burning all of it down. But we've no other choices left to us.
See this?
Oh, the baba?
Through the app.
Oh, you're right. Oh, there is. I didn't notice. Yes, we got a poll here on Twitch. Chat Sroovy. Should we make a Streamly girlfriend checkup? Oh, what would that be? Just like still lonely? It's like, yes. The options are yes, no, I feel bad for him, frowny face. Don't bully my streamer. A counter would be funny. I'll be his girlfriend. Notice me, and nobody has voted I'll be his girlfriend. I'll vote a counter would be funny. And I'll try to keep an eye out at the end. If anybody votes I'll be his girlfriend. Nobody will. Let's see. Tito Tated says, yippee! Chaotic says, it's fun, but I'm still very confused on what's going on at every scene. Get used to that. That is Kingdom Hearts. They just use the word hearts and darkness a lot, and that's it. Like, none of it ever makes sense. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that is just Kingdom Hearts. You play for funsies, not to understand what's happening. Crystal says, hello, Gecko. Dito Tated says, your voice for Basilio sounds like Speedwagon from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I need to go back and rewatch those early episodes then. I kind of forget what Speedwagon sounds like. I remember him, but also I more importantly need to watch the rest of like the actual show. I got a couple of episodes into the Josuke season, and I need to watch some more. Oh, and a pin message just appeared on Twitch. Says, this is written by Queen Katie, pinned by Vero, said, I have a better name, Logan. Basilio's Deli. Oh, how about Basilio's Delicio Deli? How about that? Basilio's Delicio Deli? Or is that too much? Is that too much of a mouthful? And check it as the poll is ending, and the winner is a counter would be funny with 50% of the vote. And still, yeah, nobody voted I'll be his girlfriend. Notice me. Well. How about that very predictable outcome? Look at this lad here. He's just a scrawny little elder, mate.
Hey, Daddy. Old TT's girl just got murdered, so I've got to take over as Santa. How many wishes did you have left? 3. Woof. Okay. What do you wish for, or whatever? Don't tell my boss that I'm being unprofessional.
I love that start of the, whoa, what do you wish for? Did you type that in, or is that just from that TTS being unpredictable? Okay, so 3 wishes. So we got to think about this better. Beef? What are the rules for your wishes? Because I need to know beforehand, because apparently I just kept making them wrong. But thank you so much, Oak, for the beef long at TTS. I had to check down that, because, like, again, my little pop-up thing doesn't work anymore to show me who's spending these. But thank you so much. I assume for the 50 bits for the premium TTS. Look at this lad here. He's just a scrawny little elder, I admit. But I believe he's got more power than Luis, truly. Admittedly, you must possess an immense power to fell the great ice beast, but...
Yeah.
Strength isn't just about raw power. Look at him! Even with things being the way they are now, he's still offering you a helping hand. And that is true. We could have just killed the dude. And we will kill you if you turn down our offer, bro. Vote for me or you die. Yeah, I think that could be considered like illegal coercion. Is that illegal? Is that voter fraud, malpractice, something like that? He really wants to create a world where no one has to shed tears over injustice. I reckon there's more hope in that ideal than in the world Luis is trying to make. Truly, a world without tears. Wait and see. Please believe in me. I'll be cool. Just wait and see, bro. It's gonna happen.
Hang on a second.
Until that day, I ask you to wait. Your goals are different. Instead of trying to destroy, you actually want to build things up. All right, I understand now. I'll place my faith in you, and I'll hold the line. Look at that! If you want to get a vote, just kill a guy's dog.
Only rule is you can try to steal my wife, Pork, Shorta, and I won't do any kinky things with you. Other than that, it should be free reign. I don't want to go to work. Good.
Oh, I'm sorry that you got to beef. Okay, so here we're going to try this again. So thank you for the 50 bits, by the way, Oak. That time it did show up. Maybe it's fixed now. So, I got to be more specific about financial success since I got the going rate in Indonesia. Here's what it is. Let's have this streaming thing turn financially successful that'll be able to support me enough that I can quit my day job. Okay? So that. And then, beef. I need the avenues to be open to find a girlfriend. If you can just bring her to me or orchestrate things somehow that I can meet her. And I'm going to back pocket that third wish. Because something's going to go wrong with these first 2. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Let's see. Vero says, Oak says, Vero, TTS girl is Santa now. Ventigo says to Vero, hello. Vero said, I totally didn't forget about stream and totally wasn't playing Fields of Mysteria. Are you just spending all your time just like gazing longingly at Ulrich and sad that you can't marry him? Vero said, hi, chat. Eglin said, yes, but I'm not drawing Charybdis because the art I'm doing is a little mini cast my friends and I made during the end of college. Nice. Are you going to post to the Discord when you're done? I love like the characters that you make with your friends with like Bread Bowl. Vera said, hi, Vendigo, you made it again. And Vera said, the lore I miss is insane. Let me take a look over on YouTube. Detotated said, oh, you're in part 4 then. I love that part. That's what everybody keeps saying, that it's so good. I mean, I still think my favorite of the Joestars was Joseph Joestar. Like the second season, even though that was before Stans and they were still doing like the hormone breathing stuff. I just liked him. And I am sad that in the start of that 4th season, you find out that in his old age, he like cheated on his wife and stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's not as good. And the art style change for the 3rd and 4th season is like really jarring, huh?
In being a productive farmer. Excuse you. I'll say it's so addicting that it's actively stopping me from reading more Transformers, so pray the spell lifts out.
That might be good. I actually felt really guilty today because I was so busy today. You know, I didn't have a lot to do, but the problem is that I was still feeling sick, and it just made everything take longer to do. And so I was thinking, crap, I still got to go and respond to all this stuff, the Transformers channel from Vero. And so like, it's kind of good that there isn't more of a backlog, but I will do it. I promise, Vero. I promise. And hopefully when you're...
Your, little streaming thing's going, good, I guess. And so you get to quit your job or whatever, and I'll get you a Tinder account or something. Boo.
Beef, I have never had success with dating apps, with Tinder. I could go create a Tinder now. It won't help me. It won't. I need to find, you know, I should stop complaining about it. You guys are going to think that I really am a sad person, sad, lonely individual, which I am, but I don't want you guys to know that. And so we will stop talking about that type of relationship stuff. I'll just trust that somehow it'll happen. But thank you, Vera, for the 10 bits, and thank you, Oak, for the 50 bits in the premium beef longa TTS. What was I doing? I should play some game. I will read some chat. I'm behind on both Twitch and YouTube right now, so I apologize for that. But that makes me happy because that means that like a lot of you guys are here, and I get to hang out with you guys. I love all you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. Even though I probably do. Does my voice sound off? Because like I feel more stuffed up today. And I remember when I was sick when we were playing mouthwashing months ago, I watched the VODs and I was like, oh my gosh, I sounded awful. So I hope I don't sound too terribly bad. Your goals are different. Instead of trying to destroy, you actually want to build things up. All right, I understand now. I'll place my faith in you and I'll hold the line.
I'd love your help.
Oh crap, I'd love your help if you can. I need to bury my dog. Feel like you kind of owe me? You know, you bear a little responsibility. Speaking with all honesty, I've also met others who share my concerns, and I will tell them of you. I shall take my leave. You bury the dog. I'm just taking off. He's left us. I assume that he intends to rejoin his fellow deserters.
Now then.
Well then, I think it's about time we head back to the entrance, don't you? Yeah, let's head back.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make our way back to the entrance.
You're right.
Phew, we've already spent too much time faffing about in this freezing place. You could have worn a coat, girl. So yay, that went well. By the way, I do have some thoughts and some guesses about what's going to happen with Louise. But now that we've done that, let's just go ahead and save and then get out of here. I think because this was a contract or bounty, whatever, people won't have interesting things to say if I try talking to people. Let's double check that. We'll talk to like Basilio.
Hey.
That request of yours is signed and sealed, yeah? If you want to keep knocking heads around, though, I'll stick with you. You all set, Captain? I'm ready to go, whatever. Yeah, it's just generic stuff. So let's go. It's gonna be night soon. Should we call it a day and head back? Yes. Let's return immediately.
Okay then.
Are you sure? Yes, tomorrow is the day we gotta go to, like, Grand Trad.
Right?
Got it. Let's return to the city and rest up. It's almost time for the Louise fight. Let's see. Vera saying, oh, I read that. Wendy was saying, Vera says, Wenmedy. And Bo said, so a dog with -1 heads beats a dog with 0 head? A 0-headed dog? You got it. That's how it works, Bumbo. It's like the reverse number of heads. The fewer heads a dog has, the more powerful that dog is. That's the secret of dog fights. But yes, that is how it works. Wendy with a little dancing lane emote. Oak says, unlurk. Computer's still not working. I'm giving up for now. Well, I'm glad that we get to have you back because we've been enjoying your Beef Longa TTSs. Wendy said, eHarmony unlocked a core memory. I wonder how the couples who met on Farmers Only are doing right now. Well, they don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. I just have a feeling on Farmers Only, there probably aren't that many people that are like really a great catch, but it's just like, I gotta date a farmer. Let's see what options are open to us. But there's probably like a couple of people that are really attractive, but they don't have to use it. So yeah. And Vera said, that's sad, Logan. Yes, my chat, I don't know if you realize my life is sad. Bubba says, that's so mean of them. Vedigo says, what? That's crazy. Chris said, imagine being rejected by a dating app itself. Bubba says, now they have your data and you got nothing in return. Vera said, yeah, sorry, we don't have the power to get you a girlfriend. We can't because you're too screwed. Over on YouTube, Dedotated says, oh, you're on part 4. Oh, I love that. I read that earlier. There we go. Chaotic says, quote, hey, daddy, nice start to a TTS. Yeah, That's weird to me. I am not, and maybe part of the reason why I'm single, like, is that I don't have conventional taste, because I am not excited at the prospect of a girl calling me daddy. I don't know. It's weird to me. Dito Hated said, wish for infinite wishes, dummy. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, because beef long in my back pocketed wish infinite wishes. Yes, infinite wishes. Huh?
I met my husband of 10 years on Farmers Only. I hate him.
Well, even if you hate him, you must be doing something right if you've been together for 10 years, noobly. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. I wish you 10 more years, many tens of more years of hate-filled marital bliss. But thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Caddick said, you should wish for all of your loved ones to have infinite money, but they have to share 20% of the revenue with you, so they can't say no because it's not really for you. I've thought about that, but that's an easy thing to monkey paw, because then it's like, well, now the economy is destroyed because of inflation, because of your infinite money or something like that. So it's like, I feel like it needs to be earned somehow, but I like how you think, Caddick. And Dito Tated said, yes, do that. Joseph is just a little rascal. Heaven forbid a man be a little silly. Oh, that's all it is, just cheating on a wife. He's just a silly rascal. That's all it is. His wife, what was her name? Was it Susie Q? Because everybody's got like a music name, right? But I just know I'm way behind. I've already seen that they're apparently announcing Steel Ball Run seasons now or something like that. Isn't that where it's like a reboot? It like starts over the continuity or something? I don't know. Back to the Alderbury Tavern. The bitter cold of that forest was something else, wasn't it? Just thinking about it is enough to get me shivering again.
If you want income with for the most appealing feet and sell pics of that.
Feet are gross. Feet are gross. My feet are gross. That would take 2 wishes. Well, I guess only one if you just wish for the most appealing feet. And then sell the pictures. Oh. That seems... but I guess money is money. But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. I do hope that the people who live nearby may now experience some peace. They've suffered more than most, so I take satisfaction in aiding them. The bounty has a big payout, too, so we're helping ourselves and the people at the same time. Birds meet stone. Huh?
The internet has ruined the world, Daddy.
It's ruined the world, and it has also ruined the word daddy, along with other words. We were talking, I think, last time about how you got to say henchman now instead of goon because of the internet. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly. I appreciate it. Yes, the internet has ruined the world. Well, it's the best kind of help, isn't it? You better report in and let them know the deed is done, Mantis.
It is just around the corner.
So tomorrow we set off for the royal capital and the decisive battle of our lives. I'm a little disappointed. I'd just begun to grow accustomed to the cold. I too regret to leave, but we've an enemy we must face. We've done all we can, so let us depart with heads held high, yes?
Now then.
Well, suppose we ought to turn in for the night once we finish our plates, says the man who has no plate and is just guzzling down one single stein of ale. I'd say we earned our rest today. Good job. I relaxed with my friends, all of us sharing a brief moment of peace. We'll see if when we reach Grand Trad, if we have a day of running around before we face Louise so that we can turn in our bounty. Or are we going to finally level up with Gallica? Because I think we haven't been able to do any more of the mage lineage archetypes because, like, she's been stuck at level 6 for so long. We're as prepared as we can be, and tomorrow's a big day. We'll be up against Luis, and this time he'll be ready and waiting for you. Also, can you ask Heismane to give us some privacy? It's weird he's always hovering around your bed like this.
You.
Captain, surely you have reservations about this. Forgive me if I'm speaking out of turn, but is your mind truly clear of doubt?
Somehow.
I mean to say, if you strike down a man who is not your true enemy, will you be able to call yourself a righteous prince? Okay, so it turned out that Luis wasn't the one who poisoned the prince. Yes, but he did kill the king, and he killed Fidelio. He killed one of my dogs. I think we are justified in John Wicking that guy. I don't, what, huh? Oh, it's a shout out. Is that a shout out playing? Oh, it's Nady Cat!
I did the thing.
Nate, are you in the chat? It's been forever. How you doing, Nate? What is this game? That looks like one of those Hoyoverse gotcha games, but I can't tell which one. Nate, how you doing? Welcome, welcome! I should catch up in chat. I know you can't see it on YouTube, but over on Twitch, I'm already very far behind. We are like 45 minutes into stream, and I'm probably 25 minutes behind. I'm not good at this. But welcome, Nate! So good to see you! Let's see. Wendy says, Tavira bro is just too cooked. Vera says, too cooked indeed. Vera says, Logan recreating the Lost comic with Gallica. Bo said she probably is all set up there for a while. Oak said, I had a doctor's appointment today. How'd it go, Oak? Wendy says, can we get a moment of silence for my favorite jeans that ripped today? Oh, hang on.
Logan, you clearly haven't seen John Wick realizes his dog was just under the bed the whole time.
Oh, is that like the 5th movie or something? And he's probably like, oh, my bad. Oh, don't I have egg on my face now? Well, you live, you learn. But he also then got a new dog eventually. And so then like they can be doggo friends. And it's like, you know what? Sometimes you can't adopt a dog without breaking a few omelets or something. But thank you for the 10 bits. But yes, everyone, a moment of silence for Wendy's favorite jeans that ripped today. Goodbye, ripped jeans. Bo said to Wendy, rip. So yeah, rip, rest in peace, rip jeans. Oak says, shush, I didn't think that far ahead, Logan. Vera said, no, I hate when this happens. Wendy said, all right, I'm gonna lurk a little bit while I grind and bang dream. Lurk, thank you for the lurk, Wendy. Good luck in your grinding. Vera said, don't trust me, I'm bad at geography. Oak says, I did get 2 shots and blood taken today. Are you okay? If I keep getting sick like this, I think I might need to go to the doctor soon. Vera said, say hi to the cute girls to Wendy. Oak said, also, I have high cholesterol. Oak, you were a teenager. What is your diet like? Are you just like chomping on sticks of butter? Are you okay? Vera said, oh man, Katie, no deaths happen. And then there was a shout out given to Vendigo. Vera said he said it like he knows. And Oak says, funny thing, Logan, you said the same thing in quote 353? Bubba says, I have bubble wrap. Nice. And Vera said, pop one for me. And Bubba says, K. And Oak says, what happened when I was asleep last stream? In Ace Attorney, there was actually, of all people, Verity Gavel had a hype moment. Last stream of this, I almost died. And then we just did a lot of random stuff to kill time until Luis. Also lately, a lot of coughing. I'm sorry, it's so gross. Over on YouTube, D-Dotated says SBR is peak. Oh, that's Steel Ball Run. Now, isn't like in Steel Ball Run, like the Joestar, he's like paralyzed? He's like a paraplegic or something. He rides a horse, and there's a new Dio that's like either his friend or his rival or something, I guess. D-Dotated said, wish for infinite money, and specifically the wish will have no effect over the economy. It would be 2 wishes, but that'd be worth it. Chaotic says, I've had a pet store that's an hour away from me that holds leopard geckos and axolotls. Plan on getting both one day, but the gecko is first on my list. I hope it goes well, because they are adorable. Keep in mind, though, the geckos I don't think have advanced enough brains to understand, like, social structures. So, as cute as your leopard gecko will be, the love is going to be one-sided, but it's fine. It's cute. Akechi says, I'm back. How's your cold? Still bad, but, I'm hoping it'll be okay by tomorrow. I'm supposed to do an improv show tomorrow, and I don't want to try and find a replacement. But I'm getting there. How are you doing, Akechi? And Katic says, is my favorite Persona 5 character in chat. Well, he is the best character in it. I don't know if he's necessarily my favorite, but he is the best character. He has like the best character arc. All right, so what was he saying? Well, I mean to say, if you strike down a man who is not your true enemy, will you truly be able to call yourself a righteous prince? I don't feel that way at all. Well, to tell the truth, I guess it's probably better if protagonist expresses doubts. Even though Luis killed our dog, we should probably be humble and show that we are not bloodthirsty. So, to tell the truth, if I'm being honest.
However,
I challenge you on this only because I think it foolish to be brought to a standstill by it.
Huh?
may I speak?
I do not believe Louis innocent in the slightest. On the contrary, in but a few months he has slain the king and your comrade besides.
Yeah, my comrade that you were racist against, Heisme.
Is it any wonder that people seek to end his life?
He has lived by a doctrine of power, and his every step has been in service of that purpose. He sealed his fate, and you as a contender for the throne should not waste time deliberating over whether such an ideology is fit to rule. Is that not so?
Be all right.
You are already in second place in the contest. Okay, by the way, I have a thought about that. Because we've been in second place for like a while now, and we're supposed to go fight Luis, and if we kill him, we'd theoretically be the undisputed first place. I think something bad's gonna happen. Because this feels way too similar to, remember in Persona 5, when we got to the point where they always charted our popularity, and we had like 85, 90% popularity or something like that, and it was going so well, and then, for the sake of spoilers, I won't say what, but you guys know what happened, and our popularity tanked. And so that's probably something bad is gonna happen. This fight is not gonna go well. Everyone is gonna turn against us. We are gonna go from second place down to like 20,000th place or something like that. You are already in second place in the contest. Countless people have thrown their support behind you. Never forget that. Goodbye. I'll be watching from the chair in the corner instead of leaning against the bedpost. Heisme made a pretty good point. If we're gonna take back the country, you can't let any self-doubts in your stop you in your tracks here.
We can't lose.
Everything we've done has been for this, so let's take it all and stick it to Luis, for Rella, and Grius, and everyone we've lost. Oh yeah, he also killed Grius. Forgot about that. He killed Maria's dad. Let's do this. You think we can't? No, we're gonna be optimistic. We gotta impress our fairy wife. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm being vague, just to, in case you have ideas about what it might be.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. All the pain we've endured will be your power in the end.
Right.
I don't want a king who believes might makes right. There's no reason you can't be a contender yourself.
Besides,
And now that you've declared yourself the prince, it's not like you can afford to fall on your face in front of everyone anyway. Yay! Prepare for the final battle. I need to prepare for my confrontation with Luis and head to Grand Trad. All I can do now is put everything on the line.
that reminds me.
Norris apparently wants to make some kind of grand entrance into Grand Trad with a Sky Runner, huh?
Is the coughing a foreshadowing to our downfall? Is Logan trying to warn the main party that they will drop to the 20,000th place by coughing that many times?
Possibly. Maybe my illness just reflects the prospects for the future in here. But once we get to Grand Trad, I'll talk to you guys, because I got some thoughts and some theories on what might happen. I got like 3 different possibilities of what I think might happen with the fight with Luis. I've been thinking about this before, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. Also, I see we got a pinned message here. Let's see, Bum was saying, or God will show up. Just saying, in a JRPG, I'll be shocked if the final boss isn't God in some way. And that's true. This is an Atlas RPG. And so I was saying before, like, based on how far we are with our followers, I feel like there ought to be, like, maybe 2 more dungeons-ish? So we're probably going to get there, and we'll fight Luis, and maybe there'll be, like, a dungeon with how that goes down. And then we'll have another dungeon after that to fight a god, Bumbo. But thank you very much for the pin message and for the 10 bits. Quigita says, "Aw, man, anyway." And Oak says, "Why did TTS Claus even grant you wishes? That's not how Santa works." And Vera said, "I did, laughing, it's so funny." And Vera said, "It's a skinwalker trying its best, huh?"
Logan, would you still love Gallica if she fell over? Boo.
Ah! Thank you very much for the 10 bits. Yes! If she fell over, I would still love her. As long as she didn't fall over into a vat of turns a person into worms juice. Then that might be a yellow flag. But thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Quigita said, "I have a better name, Basilio's Deli. Please pin that after the poll while I'm cackling." And I do like it because it's Deli, Basilio's Deli. Vera says, "Genius." Bumble says, "I don't know if he got the pun." I just like to add Basilio Delicious Deli because it's got all of it. It is good. It is good, though. It's Deli. Huh?
So you wouldn't love her if she was a worm?
Here's what we'll do. We'll tell Gallica that we'll tell Gallica that we would, but then if she ever turns into a worm, we won't. And she'll never know because she's a freaking worm. She won't understand. That's the one little white lie we'll have in our relationship. Everything else will be fine. It'll be fine, chat. Just don't tell Gallica. But thank you, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Vera says, I'm sorry, Logan, I wanted someone to say that that they would be your girlfriend. It's okay, Vero. Quickita said, I don't think you did. Lol. Oak says, I can't vote. I'll be your girlfriend if I'm a minor and I have a partner. I'm sorry. Vera said, why did beef whistle? Crystal said, world without injustice. Injustice we trust. Oak with the timestamp, 33 minutes and 33 seconds. I am 25 minutes behind. Let me take a look over at YouTube, see how everything's going over there. I gotta scroll up a little bit. Let's see. Chaotic says, I thought Akechi hated pancakes after the rehab incident. Rehab, yes, my phone loves me. Akechi says, I do, but pancakes. Chaotic said, waffles are better. Akechi says, no. Chaotic says, yes. Dedotated said, you gotta catch up with the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime and watch Steel Ball Run. The characters are so cool. I'd like to. I'm so behind on everything. I've been watching some Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quux lately, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if anybody's into mecha stuff. I'm like 5 episodes in. I'm enjoying it, but I will at some point. Dedotated. Katic said, Logan, did you know that during the development of Vanilla P5, you were going to live with a cop instead of Sojiro? The cop looked oddly similar to Sae. Well, I'm glad they changed it to Sojiro, because like the development of their like relationship over time was really sweet. I really like that. And Sojiro can like marry Sae if you really want. And this is fine. Akechi says, I thought it was Sae-san. Katic says, Akechi, I hate to say this, but Joker wins. Thought you should know. Akechi says, shake my head. Well, no, because she is a freaking worm. Exactly. Exactly, and she will be a freaky worm. Nurse apparently wants to make some kind of grand entrance into Grand Trad with the Sky Runner. Well, last time we took our runner for an entrance in there, didn't we like crash into the place or something? Despite everything going on, that's his biggest priority. But maybe that's exactly what we need to make this work. Honestly, no, we're popular. All we need is Luis to be dead. And he challenged us to a duel, so we can do that.
Okay then.
Well then, let's get a full night's rest so that we're ready for tomorrow. Mwah. Good night, Gallica. Good night, honey.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king.
And the prince is still just
nearer.
napping. He's not even cursed anymore. He's lazy. Vendigo says, not the injustice we trust. I know, I miss Fulbright. Lesbian Wolf says, hi, how you doing, Lesbian Wolf?
Finally here.
Crystal says, injustice we trust. And Lesbian Wolf says, my dog woke me up, frowny face. Were you having a good nap or something? So we set off for the royal capital and the decisive battle of our lives. I'm a little disappointed. I just begun to grow accustomed to the cold. You said that yesterday. Are you trying to set us up for like a joke that we didn't? Why, Yufa? Is your memory okay? I cannot say the same. Regardless, we've done all we can here. Let us depart with our heads held high. You said, I am. This is not just like deja vu. This is the same dialogue as before, right? Are we Groundhog Day in this? Are we stuck in another like episode? I guess the answer situation. Nora sure seemed thrilled about arriving by sky instead of teleportation magic. Thank you, Juna, for new dialogue. All it takes is a day to get there from here. We'll have them city folk shaking in their boots. Let's meet at the rudder once we polished off breakfast. Yay. We did it. We're here. An hour into stream. We got 2 hours to murder Luis.
Only a day remains.
By the way, I will say this. If during our final hour we hit a save point, I may have to end the stream a little bit early just because of my cold, because last night it really did take it out of me doing the full 3-hour stream. And last thing we need is 2 hours of cutscene heck and have a 4.5-hour stream or something like that. Only a day remains. Thank you, Hulkenberg. Yeah.
This is where we end it. Between him and the Criers, he certainly made a production of this. You don't suppose it's a trap?
Oh no, it obviously is a trap. He's inviting us there to fight him. Like, this is a textbook trap.
Nah, he just loves a battle that'll make history. That's the bastard through and through.
Indeed. The man's in first place right now. Not much he stands to gain from subterfuge. But I'll admit, I have my own suspicions.
He has a lot to gain. We're like the only person close to him in the ranking. He has a lot. If he gets rid of us, then he's undisputed.
What? Losing your nerve, old fella? Me? I'm ready to lay the bastard out.
I owe him at least one solid whack in the face from Ardell.
You can start with one for Del. Give him 100 for yourself. If he becomes king, the kingdom is finished. Maybe even destroyed from the sounds of it.
Rella said as much too. About the country being overrun with hordes of humans. That might be his real aim.
I said before, I think he might, like, have a second phase in some fight where he's gonna mutate into a human. Maybe that's gonna be the secret, is that he's trying to give the world back to the humans.
Though I can't for the life of me think why Luis would want that. I thought he'd made his name as this grand human slayer.
Also, this book that we've been reading all the time, has protagonist ever gotten to the end and seen how the book ends? Because after everything we saw in the Dragon Temple, maybe it does end with everybody turning into humans, and that Luis is just finished the book before us, and that's why he's doing this.
At the very least, we know that Luis will not wield the king's magic to save this land.
We have our own future we're dreaming of. For Maria and Fabienne. For Grius and Rella. We've got to win this. For everyone's sakes.
Nod our heads. All right. Here we go. Give me some narration, narrator. Oh, we gotta click it first, apparently. Royal Capital Grand Trad.
You would pursue peril.
Our course is set for the capital, and the final confrontation with Luis is ever prepared. Hang on, can I choose to go somewhere else? Fair enough. No one can ever be too prepared. Yeah, what if I just feel like,
Hold on.
let's go to the Midnight Sun Sands.
Come on.
We need to go to the Royal Capital now, remember? Okay, darn it. My wife is chewing me
You
out.
would pursue peril.
Of course, let's go.
Great. Let's
Good to hear. Let's go. Yay. Let's see. Eglin said I can post a few of the ones I have done. Also plan to do some mini animations.
The stage is set for the decisive battle to take place in Grand Trad. And so the Gauntlet Runner takes to the sky. He does not return within the hush of teleportation magic as a mere wanderer, but with the fanfare required of one who would claim to be prince. He is a boy no more. He stands now on equal footing with Luis, and his triumphant descent over the capital will finally make that known.
So we're probably gonna have like
Whether or not, his gambit is only a means to an end.
See an animated cutscene here. But Eglin was saying with the Friends designs. Well, I love seeing the animations too, especially. Oh. Okay, it's not hand-drawn animation, but.
Wow, it's really him!
Hi, everybody. Remember me? I'm the guy you were all racist against. You called me a filthy Elda. Remember? Yeah. Okay. Hi. Let's see, Vendigo says, Crystal, every time I think about Bobby Fulbright, I cry. Vera said, nah, TF channel is always there. Oak said, I've decided to waste so many bits. And Vera said, take your time with it. Well, I appreciate every one of those bits, Oak, by the way. Huh?
It's His Royal Highness, the Prince. We've been waiting for you. Go and teach that damn Luis a lesson.
Finally. This is better than any of the fables. I'm putting all my money on Luis to win.
Oh, okay. The crowd seems very divided on this. That guy's probably cheering. It's like, yeah, go in there, die, make me some money.
Sounds like they're more excited about the spectacle than about the prince being alive. Still, suppose it makes sense.
But by the faces in the sky and upon the rock, we are squarely set in second place. Even with the gap between us and Luis, the prince has faithful supporters.
Though 'tis not truly His Highness's face wrought in stone, but our captain's. After all this time, I cannot help but feel conflicted.
But again, there's some connection between Protag and the prince. And I think it's got to do with the fact that he's an Elda, because we've never explained what exactly an Elda is. We know that apparently Nydia's turned into babies. Mustari's got a third eyeball. We know all these things, like, was Ashkani, is that what Nurse is? However you say it? Ishkia, there we go. They got wings. But what is Elda? Maybe they have like a hive mind. Maybe there's some connection between the two of them that we aren't seeing yet.
Luis spares nothing for an old woman like me. Saint Rella spoke truth. We need the help of His Royal Highness the Prince.
Lae'zel, is that you? Was it? That sounded like Lae'zel from Baldur's Gate 3.
He's the boy with a saint's blessing. He's got to be genuine. If the Sanctus Church's power is waning, should I take His Highness's side over Luis?
Even after her confession, they still keep her words close. I suppose no amount of past sins could make them forget her genuine kindness.
Yeah, they still love Rella, even though...
Seems strange to say, but we owe her a great deal. Without her, the people would never have calmed, much less placed their trust in us. We can't let them down.
But looking around the city, some of the fervor seems beyond reason.
Your Highness, you can't stop at Luis. You've got to kill all the idiots who believe in him. They're not right in the head.
Well, maybe we'll just, like, befriend them? Basilio's a nice guy. I'm glad we didn't kill him. Also, all three of these guys have the same face. This guy has more facial hair. They're all the same person.
That right? You're the ones who aren't right in the head. It's because of stiff old cowards like you that this country's been spinning its wheels. Not ever getting better.
Maybe us settling this by murdering our opposition isn't setting the best example for people. Oh, this guy also has pointed ears. This guy's a Roag. Where these two... Heard what happened? I will do that. Thank you very much. Oh, it's AMC. Thank you so much, AMC. I will read some chat then. Let's see. Vera says, I love Santa Beef. He's fun. Oh, thank you, Toilet Duck. I can't save right now, but I will save as soon as we get to a save point. Thank you, Toilet Duck. Bubba says, thinking of getting chips. Wish I get salt and vinegar or sour cream and onion. Sour cream and onion. I do not understand why people like salt and vinegar. I mean, some people do, but oh my gosh, they're so bad. Oak says, Beef isn't very enthusiastic with his job. Quickity says, chat, let me know when Logan finally sees the pun in my deli name. It is, yes, Deli. I was just at Delicio Deli. I don't know. I'm sorry, Queen Katie. Oak says, sour cream and onion. Bo says, but pain. I like pain. Oak says, if you're a masochist, get salt and vinegar then. Oh yeah, Logan, have you gotten the Vero face reveal yet? I did! And I don't know if you guys realize this, Vero's face is half cat. Vera said, oh yeah, he did. He gave me an idea on how I'd make a Sona of myself. Oak says, was it in DMs or I miss you sneaking the Transformers chat? Vera said, just because of something he said offhandedly. Noobly said, hello, what I miss? Welcome, Noobly. Vera said, nah, it's in DMs. Oak said, what'd he say? I'm curious. Logan has one more wish. Let's take a look over on YouTube. D-Dotated says, quote, this is where your justice ends. Yeah, right, lol. Chaotic says, yeah, but if you think about it, then Makoto would have been your sister dynamic, which would have been interesting. Just because she had a tendency to grab hold of our inner thigh when she was scared by lightning when we were breaking and entering. I don't know. And I still don't see that sister dynamic with Futaba. Because they weren't raised together. They weren't. She's the landlord's daughter. That's it. But that's just me personally. Akechi says, oh yeah, definitely. Katic said, which I do like Futaba's and Joker's dynamic. Really cute. Akechi said, speaking of Futaba, Logan, does that bring back memories? Shush, Akechi. D-Dotated says, triplets. Lol. But yeah, I did just realize that apparently this guy on the right is Roag. And these two look to be Clamar. So probably what it is this guy here... they're triplets, but these two are identical, and this guy's fraternal. I don't think that's possible. But you know, maybe it's because like you the Paripus, they look like animals. The Ujeef, the animals sometimes have litters. And do goats have litters? That is everything I'm saying here is what this dude is wondering. He's not even paying attention to us. He is just staring at these three. Like, why do they look the same? And this guy noticed, he's looking right back. And now they've locked eyes. And they realize that maybe a Paripus and a Roag is what they've each been looking for all this time.
Then why hasn't Luis shown up yet, eh? Sounds like he's your coward, after he arranged all this too.
True enough. If he doesn't even show up after all this fuss he's made, everyone would feel like
Futaba
fools.
is me near perfect tots to crap.
I can see that, because like, and it makes sense. I loved the whole bit that Futaba was doing with the, I don't know what that mask was supposed to be. Do you remember when she would wear that giant, weird, like, chubby lady mask in LeBlanc? But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Noobly. Oh, there's a poll on Twitch, a paid poll. Who would be the best Santa? Logan Claus, TTS Claus, Beef Claus, Vero Claus, or the real Santa, parentheses boring. I'm gonna vote real Santa. I love Santa Claus, you guys. I love Santa. I would never betray Santa Claus. What's he saying? True enough, if he doesn't even show up after all this fuss he's made, everyone would feel like fools.
Probably going for another big grandstanding entrance like at the royal funeral.
Oh yeah, when he dropped that, the human corpse on everybody.
Don't care what he's planning. Either way, he's dead meat.
Save your fury for the fight ahead. But still.
Over there! His Royal Highness the Prince has arrived!
You just noticed?
Whoa, and Lady Juna as well!
I say, nothing wrong with an adoring public, but this is getting more claustrophobic than the engine room. We don't want to get stuck. I'm popping back in the runner.
Let's head to the Hushed Honeybee Inn for now. I'm sure Maria will be happy to see us back.
Huh? We can tell her we're gonna kill the guy that killed her dad.
Santa isn't real.
Noobly, I hate to break it to you. That is an urban myth.
All the customers say they're on your
That
side.
Santa's
I'm
real.
surprised at how popular you are.
Santa is absolutely real. And here's how to prove it, Noobly. In all those like Christmas movies and everything where like the parents don't believe in Santa Claus and they don't believe in Santa, but where do they think the presents are coming from? They're so dumb. The presents just appear. The presents, they appear. Where do the presents come from, parents? From Santa. Santa's real, Noobly. That is a hill I will die on. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. What's she saying? Oh, the customers say they're on your side. I was surprised at how popular you are. Thank you for helping, Maria. We all worked hard. Have you been okay? No, we just hung out with her like a couple of days ago. We'll thank her for helping. We'll praise her for doing a good job. Thank you for helping, Maria.
Thanks for helping, Maria. We couldn't have done it without you.
I tried my very, very best.
I never thought Luis would be the one throwing down the gauntlet to you. If he'd survived, I'm sure he'd say the same.
Maria, she's talking about your dad. Your dead dad who was murdered by Luis. Just thought you should know. Huh?
Santa deniers are so dumb. The parent theory is so easily disproven if you just remember that mom and dad are asleep at night.
Exactly! Thank you for the 10.
Ho, ho.
Oh, no booze. No booze. Exactly. Thank you for the 10 bits, Oak, and for backing me up on that. Oh, and the poll is done, and Vero Claus won with 38% of the vote, Oak contributing 20 channel points. Let's see who was in second place. Second place was Beef Claus with 25% of the vote. Also, is Tiff here yet? Because we're getting to see Tiff's favorite character, Little Maria. I should read some more in the chat, though, because I am still so far behind. Let's see. Vera said something about Mia being attached to my face. I just moved Mia and boom, only eyes. Oak said, are you gonna make Mia Sona? Vera said, nope, she's just my face now. Oak said, JoJo Part 4 is amazing. He said, Oak, detotated? You two can be Bizarre Adventure besties. JoJo best buds. Vera said, or most of it. Vera says, I talk and it's Mia's mouth moving, kind of a Sona. Noobly said, JK, I have a boyfriend. Oak says, I met my partner of 2 years at a school field trip. The problem is I'm not in school anymore. I'm going field trips. Vera says, wish, whoops. Oak says, it was a field trip designed to help you make friends, and the reason we met was because we were making fun of how the trip didn't work. Ah, how ironic. Oak says, Vera, would you be a henchman or a goon? Eglin said, I have no clue why hearing Mantis being said threw me off. I don't normally tune into metaphor streams, so I guess that's why. Yeah, sometimes it's easy to forget that we named our protag Mantis, because when I typed in Logan, apparently that's the guy who wrote the book. Oak said, Logan did you say good jorb? I did. I've been saying it this whole playthrough. Almost every time Gallica says good job, I've been saying good jorb. It amuses me. I don't expect anybody else to catch it. It was my little tribute to HomestarRunner.com, their old cartoon, a jorb well done. And Vera said, he always does his Gallica. Amazing every time he does. There's Nady Cat coming in. Vera said, oh my gosh, no way. Nady Cat says, hee hee hi. Vera said, welcome, been a while. Crystal says, welcome in. Nady Cat says, I'm alive. All that matters. Let me take a look over at YouTube real quick here. Let's see. Akechi says, I met him once. He gave me coal that day. Excuse me. I need to have a sip of water. I still got this nasty cough. I'm so sorry. Also, hopefully the game will let us save before we fight Luis. Detotated said, Santa actually has access to the Speed Force. That's why no one has caught him. And that's science. Because Flash got access to the Speed Force when science-y chemicals were hit by science-y lightning. So exactly, Detotated. And Detotated says, Joe Bros. That's right, Joe. Yeah, I like that, Joe Bros. If you're JoJo fans, you're Joe Bros. Is that like the fandom name for like JoJo fans or something like that? I like it. But yes, Santa, as we said, Santa is real. Just putting that out there. Okay, so what else? I never thought. Oh, yeah, you heard of it. Luis would be the one throwing down the gauntlet to you. If he'd survived, I'm sure he'd say the same.
You'd better get some rest tonight.
Come on, Maria. It's time you went to bed. I wish we could stay up and talk more. Good luck tomorrow. I'll be cheering for you.
I want to stay up long, Miss Fabienne. Last time he came to visit me, he showed me a drawing of a place with dead bodies. Now I come to crave such macabre imagery. Huh?
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and boots and bo 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 boo.
That was the best beatboxing I have ever heard. Actually, you know what? That wasn't beatboxing. That was beef boxing. Wow. Wow. I loved how it wasn't even boots and cats and boots. It was boots and cats and boots and cats. Thank you very much for the 50 bits for the beef long at TTS, huh?
Let's get you to bed, Grandpa. Beef.
I still have so much more boxes to beat.
Thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vera. I appreciate it. Oh, and there's a pin message. This is written by Omari. How you doing, Omari? A pin by Vera said, Oak, if Logan was a am I allowed to say that? It's using the word goon before, but because I don't know, is that an inappropriate word to say? He'd be playing ... Well, the same games, but differently. Oh, so you're saying the way I'd be playing these games would be very differently. I am in love with Gallica, but I don't think it's anything lewd. I am in love with her, like, with eyes toward the bonds of holy matrimony. But thank you very much for the pin message. I appreciate that.
It's finally happening.
You've got to win this. For Grius' sake, too.
Yeah, thank you again for reminding me that he is a friend of ours who died.
Victory is in our grasp. We once thought it impossible to save His Highness the Prince after all, and he now lives.
But without the king's wards, we'll be fighting on even ground. He won't make this easy on us.
The king's magic lived up to the legends. Capable of shaking the world itself. Every man, woman, and child has been at its whims for months.
I mean, Heisme says we'll be on even ground, but I mean, the last time we fought him, Luis was like, come out at me with as many people as you want. I assume this is going to be the same. It's going to be 4-on-1. I feel like we have an unfair advantage.
Not the kind of power any of us want in Luis's hands.
But will this fight truly settle everything? By the spell's own rules, the throne will go to whoever wins the most support.
I wish that her line had been inexplicably like, I've grown accustomed to the cold. Just that whole thing again.
Even after this battle, the crown's fate isn't set. We saw how the people's hearts have been whipped to dangerous passions. When the dust settles...
Whatever they make of it, we've come this far. All we can do now is finish our fight and strike to kill. Any less, and Luis will cut us down.
Indeed. Let us now devote ourselves to victory, and then worry of what comes after. We must believe in all we've yet accomplished.
Nod our heads.
This should be our last battle against Luis. I'm just trying to stay hopeful, knowing how far we've come.
How about we level up Gallica? I could really use my mage archetype to have like another, like the next level of it unlocked. Let's just...
Now you've awoken your archetype, forged friendships, and taken so many burdens on your shoulders. You've really risen to this fight.
You're right. This is just the beginning. It's been an honor. Where's my I love you, Gallica? Let's say it's been an honor.
It's been an honor to serve.
Wow. Listen to you sounding like a proper hero.
Do you like that, Gallica? Do you like that?
I suppose the prince thing is rubbing off on you.
Yeah.
But it takes me back. If the prince could see you now, he'd be pretty proud of you. Don't you think?
I mean, you and he were best friends.
And also, I said before, I've been reviewing the VODs of the first couple of streams we had of this. The Prince had the same voice actor as Protag. I feel like Atlas doesn't do that on accident. Whenever the characters have the same voice actor, there is some connection. You know, Yu Narukami and Toru Adachi, they got the same voice actor. Makoto Yuki and Ryoji... Crap, what was his last name? Ryoji, the Scarf Man's last name.
Best friends. Wait, what?
See, that's like a false memory or something like that. There's some other connection. What's the matter? We were best friends. No. Let's say what's the matter? Because it's not true. We weren't best friends. I think we were the same person. Or maybe we were the prince and he was the child or something. I don't know what it is. Something is not correct here. What's the matter?
What's the matter?
Oh, sorry. I felt like I'd misspoke for a second or something. Don't mind me. Anyway, we'll make sure this is the end for Luis. Gotta report our victory to His Highness personally, right?
I can sense Galka's strong determination and resolve. I feel good. That's backing up my theory. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what the connection is.
Seeing the prince smile again.
But there's something. Increase skill inheritance slots for the mage lineage to 4. Yay.
Right. Let's get some rest. We'll need it come tomorrow.
Nobody else clocked that whole thing with the miss. Okay, all right, okay. Going to bed just there. All right then. I'm going to read some more in the chat. Nady Cat says, Jegs.
It's been a while.
Gene, eggs. Oak says, add quote, you can't own a dog without breaking a few omelets. And Vendigo with the lurk. Thank you so much, lurk, Vendigo. Thank you for being here again. Nady Cat says, Jegos, Gene, eggs, and waffles. Crystal adds a quote. Oak says, my diet is bad. Nate says, food is food. Vera said, gonna crack a soda open in your honor, Oak. And then Vera says, psst, who cares? It's 5 a.m. Oak says, or excuse me, Nate Cat says 8 p.m. Yay, from across the world. Vera says, yay. Oak says, Vero, in honor of me being diagnosed with high cholesterol. Bumbo says, back. Anything I missed? Actually, no. It's been very uneventful for a stream that's supposed to be about a big final boss fight. Oh, and look, this time Heismay brought Basilio along. Or is this just the guy's room? No, because where's Stroll? It feels like ages since I was last here.
So?
I'd like to think Heismay doesn't need a bed. He just like grabs a hold of these shells and hangs upside down like a little bat. The best way to get prepared for tomorrow is by getting some rest. And I could save. Thank you, game, for letting me save. All right, let's talk to our friends. We'll go to bed. And I don't know which character. I want to have like Basilio in the party, especially because he needs some experience, but he's also the weakest party member we have.
Stroll is curled up in bed already. Boo.
Stroll's just all tuckered out. That's all he is.
Guess that's your save point, Squint. Now wind down, you promised.
Well, I was saying like if it's after the 2-hour mark, that we'd probably do that. I think we're probably good. I hope we're probably good. Chat, should I wind down? Should we call it a night here and not get to that boss fight? But thank you very much, both Oak and Vera, for the 10 bits each. I appreciate it. Let's talk to our buds. Heismay.
That man.
Regardless of our aims, it seems Luis has had his eye on you for some time. No doubt he's been anticipating the showdown in the royal capital. Well, if he asks a fight of us, a fight he shall have. We stand proud against him.
Okay, if there is some weird thing with us and the prince, do you think Luis knows about it? Like either we're part of the prince or we're the actual prince. I don't know what it is. Basilio!
I got ya.
What's to settle it? To settle it one-on-one, eh? Of course he does. When all you care about is power, everything has to be a duel. Speaking as his old right-hand man, I can tell you the man's strong. Terrifying strong. Can't afford to get careless.
Anything else? Anything else? No. Gallica?
It's time.
Huh?
Wind down here, trust me.
Like for real? Wind down here? It's gonna be over an hour and a half before. Let's at least like go into the next part so we can see like cutscenes and stuff. And then if it gets to the point where it'll be like, cause like cutscenes we can always skip over at the beginning of the next stream. I gotta go a little bit longer, right? We gotta get like maybe a nice cliffhanger moment or something like that, right? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. Over on YouTube, Detotated said, I'm going to go to bed now. I'll see if I can tune in next stream. Thank you so much for being here, Detotated. I really appreciate it. It was nice meeting you. And Vera said, you the boss. I know, but I make bad decisions. I don't know if you guys realize this. Also, I'm probably still like a half hour behind in the chat. I'll read a couple more comments then. But yeah, Bum was saying back anything I missed. Data Cat says, honestly, no. And Vera says, yes. Oak says, what soda? Vera said, good old Coke. Sorry, I don't have Dr. Pepper. I know you love Dr. Pepper. Nate Cat says, Coke for the win. Vera says, yeah. Vera said, you get it, Nate. Nate Cat says, cocaine. Coca-Cola, huh?
And here.
I mean, I appreciate how emphatic you are, Noobly. But, I mean, even if I defer to the chat, it's not going to be just one person. Let's do like a full-on poll. I'm going to create a poll and see what y'all think here. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Keep going a bit or wind down now. Keep going, wind down. Huh?
You didn't heed my warning last time and look what happened.
That is true, but I do feel like that I can, if it's just going to be cutscenes, as long as it's not like back-to-back fights. If it's cutscenes, we can skip the cutscenes. But thank you very much for the 2 sets of 10 bits, Noobly. I do appreciate that. But there's a poll up so you guys can make your opinions known as the poll is being voted on. I'll read some more in the chat, though. Vera says Hall of Fame. Nate Cat says HOF. And then he says hee. And Vera with a smile. Vera says, by the way, flash news. If you guys remember what Pearly the cat looked like, she's now... she's like white and brown, Tabby. The white is turning orange the more she ages. Ah! Oak says the new One Piece chapter is absolutely bonkers. Eglin says, wasn't the whole "would you still love me if I was a worm" question a silly way to ask the more serious question, would you still love me if I was incapable of performing tasks / everyday human functions in the event of an accident or disease that greatly impacts me? I feel like that's the better question, because like for me, the worm, a lot of the problem is you're no longer sentient. Like, and you're not even like a vegetative human. You're a different species. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's how I should look at it. Eglin. Omari says, what's poppin'? Again, I know I already said hi because he had a pin message, but good to see Omari. How you doing? Vera said, welcome. We're in endgame. Omari said, Luis is still peak villain. Vera said, it's happening. Omari said, what is your current % on the archetype? Let's take a look at that, actually. But first, we got to read what Gallica's saying. Tomorrow is the decisive battle. I imagine you've got plenty of things on your mind, but make sure you get some rest, too. Okay, so you're talking about if we take a look at academia? Because we look at the archetype trees, I'm 25%. Which I don't know if that means I'm just severely under-archetyped, or if that's just normal for people outside of New Game Plus. And everybody else is... Oh wow, Basilio's really low. But we just barely adopted him. So yeah, I'm only at like 25%. I do, however, have a buttload of Heroes Leaves of Lights. Did I say that right? Hero Leaves of Light? Or would it be Hero Leaves of Light? Would that be plural? Or Hero Leaf of Lights? Either way, I could probably like unlock and max out several archetypes if I really wanted to. Let's see. Oak says, woo. Omari says 1v1 him. Vera said 1v1, 1v1, 1v1. Vera said a hive mind would be cool, not gonna lie. Again, it's something. Huh?
Would you still love chat if we were all worms, Suwoo?
Ooh, woo. How about this? If I could still know you're there. Because the problem with chat being worms is that I would never know if you guys are there, if you're just like worms that can't type. So if you're worms that could somehow still make their presence known, then yes, I would love all of you. Because like, the whole thing with a relationship, I'm sorry, I'm just not romantically attracted to worms. But thank you very much, Noobly, for the 10 bits, I do appreciate that. Oh, the poll is done.
What now?
Oh no, wait, is the poll done or is it just because there's a pinned message there? Huh?
I'm already a worm. Boo.
Ah!
Boo.
Ah! Thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. Well, in that case, since you're still able to type, yes, we do all still love you. And keep going is one with 100% of the vote. There's a pin message, Omari saying, that's really bad. You need to raise those up soon. Why? I mean, probably. Let's see how many Heroes Leaves of Light I've got. 92. Actually, I should probably use some of them before they reach 99. But yeah, well, we got plenty of time, probably, as we're going in to fight the main bad guy of the entire game. I'm sure it's fine. Omari said, with Faker's Rogue, he can gamble his way to victory. Well, what does that do? Let's take a look at that, because I gave somebody, who was it, Juna? I gave the Faker. So she has access to it. Let's see, what are the... Faker's Rogue, is that what you said? Is that an ability here? Faker's Roguery. Chance of inflicting forget on one enemy. Turn icons added or removed at random. I'm not a gambler. That sounds like that could go very, very wrong. But that also, I guess, might be fun if you just want random chaos. Here said, would be a thing royalty would exploit. Bumble says, I feel like they might manifest a dream self. Nobody says, I'm back. AMC says, ew, rat rabbit. How you doing though, AMC? And thank you for the hydrate command right there. I will do that right as we get ready to go to bed. I won't hydrate a ton because then Protag will need to pee in the middle of the night. But thank you, AMC. So good to have you here. Nobody said Rella's character is so tragic. I mean, she is. As soon as we found out she was like the assassin, I felt betrayed. But then when you see like the flashback with Forden and you realize what was happening, it's like you feel bad for her and you hate Forden. Omari said maybe inbreeding is common in this game. Maybe. Bumbo says, I live SNV chips. Oh, the salt and vinegar. For some reason, I thought that was Scarlet and Violet, like Pokemon. Vera said laughing, or they're triplets. Oak said, who would be the best Santa? That was a poll. Bumbo said they feel nice to eat. Vera says, on it. Omari says, identical triplets, but they all have different hair. Those guys are puttin' square nightmares? Huh? Oak says, Fatapa is me IRL too. We have the exact same anxieties disorder and whimsy. Huh?
As someone who loves gambling, I stand by Faker's Rougerie. It's saved my runs so many times, but it's also ruined a lot of them.
Rougerie. Thank you, TTS girl. Tiff! Were you here earlier when we said hi to Maria? I was asking if you're, how you doing, Tiff? Thank you so much for the 10 bits. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We might have to just stop in the middle of stuff tonight. But we're gonna keep going. I'm also, like I said, I'm excited to share my thoughts and my guesses on how this fight with Luis is gonna turn out. But Tiff, again, how are you doing? Thank you for the 10 bits, and let's get some rest. The bed is simple and clean, just the way that you making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go on. I can't sing that song well, especially not when I have a cold. I'm sorry. And has an aroma that reminds me of a clear, sunny day. Maybe it's time to call it a night. That makes it sound like Protag is gonna fall asleep and not wake up. Like he's gonna fall asleep and gonna swap places with the prince or something like that. Rest. Okay.
Good night.
Rest well. It was just like an oddly somber thing to say. I know it's comfortable, but it's... Oh, what, huh? Is that Zorba? It is.
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where
Can we
the true
channel the prince when we sleep?
Maybe like... I was gonna say maybe it's a thing where when one sleeps, the other is awake. But we saw the two of them awake together in a flashback before. Something like that. Again, there's a connection. And the thing with Gallica that she said earlier just proves it. I just don't know what the connection is. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. I do also appreciate that Zorba seems to have finally gotten rid of all of his fishnets with his new character design here. Just wearing a cloak. It's much more modest. And I appreciate that. So what was he saying? At long last, me lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies. But I wonder if they know that there's a connection between me. Again, I think maybe Luis knows what the connection is. I mean, he's got the same book as me. He must know more than he's letting on.
Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and going.
Wait, what? But we haven't gone to visit the prince, though.
Where was he hiding?
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village, erased from today's maps.
Okay, so the loyalists must have been just like the elderly people we saw, like, doing magic and tending to his bedside before, so they were able to follow them to that forest that Hulkenberg was talking about.
That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
You know, Zorba's evil, but he's got a fun, smug expression. Look at that, he's smug.
The lost village of the Elder. Last trampled by Fortin's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
Okay, so maybe we'll finally find out what the heck is the deal with the Elder.
You knew then.
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. Quite a gambit. The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
What? Then the prince really does bear elder blood.
And what does that mean, though? Are we maybe twin brothers? Except I keep thinking back to that flashback. I wish I could remember the exact dialogue when the prince was talking to Protag. And again, they had the same voice actor, except the prince had a British accent and Protag didn't. And he was saying something about, you know, when your village was destroyed. So if the prince is an illegitimate son, maybe the prince's mother is also Protag's mother. And so we're like half siblings? But we look a lot alike. But that wouldn't give me royal blood because I'd be from the wrong side. I'd be from the eldest side.
Forden did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir, a threat to his power, before his birth was known.
So he pulled a King Herod?
The prince's survival, his complete disappearance, this was the missing piece.
And so that's why Forden tried to assassinate the prince.
Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
You were just complaining that Forden did that. Now you're doing the same thing, Luis.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
Okay, so is it going to be a thing where maybe we have to choose between saving the prince and fighting Luis, and we're going to go save the prince and we'll lose the election or something?
Now,
huh?
The battle at the royal capital looms.
Rags to riches trope maybe? Or twins acting as one person and change places trope?
And maybe, yeah, maybe it's like a parent trap type of. Again, I feel like whatever it is, they should have hinted at it, and I feel like I missed whatever the hints is. I also know in those early streams there were occasion times where like the Protag would be like, ugh, and like clutching his heart. And he did that again when Rella was doing her whole thing, and I think when the curse was released. So they have some connection. Some like Tomax and Zaymont, they feel each other's pain type of a thing.
I must begin my own.
But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Oh, just do some light reading.
If you call yourself the prince, then I will give you a prince's end. And I have just the spell to do it.
Time marches
Yeah, it's a
on,
trap.
and the age of a new king
Draws nearer. Here it is. It's fighting Luis Day.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
Of course, same as any other day. I won't let you down this time. We won't let Grius get killed this time. Mainly because he's already dead. But then he did come back and we had to kill him again, but it was like a necromancy thing. I will say, I would say same as any other day. It's gonna sound really cool, yeah.
Same as any other day, I suppose.
No nerves, even.
Yeah.
Nothing ever seems to faze you. It's quite admirable.
But you have to come back, no matter what, okay?
Tiff, your daughter is here, Tiff? What was that from Nurith?
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral.
Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Huh?
Oh, please let the time marches on screen have an alternative there where the prince opens his eyes and stares at us. It'll be really creepy.
Yes, I mean, for one thing, it is weird that he's still just laying there like that. But wouldn't it be great if there's like a 1 in 200 chance that it would randomly show that on one of the days going together and you just like maybe would notice and maybe you didn't? But thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Oh, and pin message written by Oak, pinned by Vera, said, "Dang, you jinxed it. Grius has to die again." Oh, darn it. Well, if Grius is going to die again, then we have to make sure to promise Maria beforehand that he won't die. Because it's like a tradition. I'm going to read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Viewer said, tried Smarties for the first time today. They taste awful. Hates the texture so bad. Okay, we're talking American Smarties or Canadian Smarties? Because apparently those are two very different things. I'll assume American Smarties. They're not for everybody. I like them, though. They're fine. When I was a kid, I went through a phase I really liked them. Now it's like, you know, if that's all there is, I'll have them. Viewer said, Noobly, shush, don't tell him. He'll be so sad. Oak says, my mom loves Smarties for some reason, but they are terrible. Here's what I found out. What we call in America, what we call Smarties. In Canada, they call Rockets. And they couldn't call them Smarties because what we call M&Ms in America, they call Smarties. So they call them Rockets up there. And it was so cool. I knew this guy from Canada, and he had this little toy. It was like just a really cheap little toy, but what it was designed to put Smarties into, and it would like fire them out. And I think what you're supposed to do is like do it and you fire it and someone's across the room and tries to catch it in the mouth. But because he was Canadian and in Canada they were called Rockets, it was our rocket launcher. It was delightful. Omari says to Vero, how can you hate the candy that tastes like literally sand? Okay, they could be worse. What are those like Necco wafers? Do you know those things? Those are like dry sand. Vero says awful. Bumbo says the powder tablets for chocolate. Oh, those are so bad, Bumbo. Veer said, I wasn't a sand eater growing up. I'm sorry, Omari. The chocolate, the ones that look like M&Ms. Wait. Oh, so those Smarties. So Canadian Smarties. Oh, yeah. No. Those are awful. It's, Pin Master Veer says, it says made in the UK, so I guess there's a secret third option. I'm guessing if it's made in the UK, it's probably the Canadian option because in Canada, they still worship the king, right? So if that's what they are, then yes. No. Hey, Vera, you gotta come to America. Get some patriotic American Smarties. But thank you for the pin message. I appreciate that. Bubba says, huh? They're not amazing, but not sand. Vera said, thank y'all. I'll be a good Santa. Omari said, my favorite Christmas movie is the one where Santa gets killed by the father and he puts Santa's jacket on and becomes Santa Claus. Either that or Home Alone, because that movie is the Santa Claus, but spelled with an extra E because like a contract clause. I'm sure I've got a favorite Christmas movie, but I'd have to think about what it is because I really like those old Rankin Bass stop motion animated specials from like I want to say like the 1960s or something like that. Like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And what's great is that they're actually, like, for a little kid, kind of scary at times. Like the Bumble, the Abominable Snowman, is scary in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when you're like 5 years old. It's kind of great. Noobly says, Santa is real in the sense that he is a tradition and a real human being, flesh and blood, who delivers presents to children. He's only real in the sense of reality. Eglin said, also, did Mom have a whole affair with Santa, apparently? Yeah, because he saw Mommy kissing Santa. Well, here's what gets me about that. If you guys ever listened to the Jackson 5 version of that song, where like a little child version of Michael Jackson is saying, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. At the very end, it's like the rest of the family giggling. He's like, no, I did see, you gotta believe me. It's like this kid is having a panic attack because like nobody in his family's bleeding. He thinks his family is being torn apart and he's freaking out and everybody's just giggling. He's like, no, Mom was doing it. She was kissing Santa. It's so sad. Oak says, I keep forgetting Maria exists because Logan made fun of the child so hard they were erased from my brain. I thought it was just because that you choose to not believe in the existence of British children. Vera says, I'm late to reply, but I'd be a henchman, so not a goon. Oak says to Vero, not a goon. Again, the ER, I don't know if that's, because then you're definitely using the bad word. Confirmed. Omari said, that was pinned earlier, and Oak says, Vero, can you pin that, please? It's the best message ever. Okay, we should play some game. I do see there's a clip coming up, but we should actually make some poggers here. Because I've been spending like 15 minutes just not doing anything. I confess my mind strays back. Oh! Thank you for the Tomcat. Oh, it's Nora! Welcome, Nora. We missed you last time. Did you enjoy your concert? You got to go back and watch that VOD. Even though I'm not like a Verity Gavelle fan, she had a very hype moment toward the end of the stream. Okay, let's play. I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown. Let's pull ourselves together, ready our supplies, and give him hell.
I wonder, will we have to go through that whole dungeon again, and will it be populated by like more scarier monsters? Not in my head. I'd love it if we could swing by the recruitment center on the way there to cash in on our bounty. Because I need my courage points, my courage pips for my royal virtues. Well, this is taking a long time to load, so I'll read a couple more comments in the chat. I do say there's a clip, we'll load that up in a minute here. And Oak said, this clip brings me great joy. We still haven't figured out why some clips are loading and some aren't. I even tried off stream on my own to watch Vero's clip from last night, and I couldn't get it to work, just in my browser.
Let's head there.
Luis awaits within the Grand Cathedral. I should go there. Oh, did she say, can we talk? Make sure that you have everything you'll need.
Sublime.
So I guess we can go do like some shopping and stuff. But let's first go to the recruitment center. Oh, and I can save again. See, Noobly, I had another opportunity to save. I have no negative consequences for anything. Ever. Nothing bad ever happens. Just ask Queen Katie. She keeps track of that type of stuff. But I'll try to load that clip in just a second here. Let's try to do that right now. Oak posted a clip into the Twitch chat. And for anyone who's lurking or who doesn't know the deal, whenever someone posts a clip into the Twitch chat, we got to load up a new clip viewer so we can all watch it together. This will also give me a timestamp to know how far behind I am. 29 minutes. That's not too bad. This clip is titled Beef Boxing. So yeah, it's pretty easy to figure out what this is going to be.
Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and boots and bo 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 boo.
That was the best beatboxing. Oh, it cuts off right there. It was phenomenal beatboxing. So thank you very much for the clip. I do appreciate that. We will get back into the game now. But yeah, let's see if we can get to the recruitment center. Oh, I should also check to see like if any of the shops have better stuff now. They might. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, beggar?
This is all right.
Oh, now the prince coming out of the honeybee. What's led to this occasion? We don't often see your kind risking that. You've got my vote. Haven't heard any dirty rumors about you neither. We need to apparently do more dirty stuff for dirty rumors' sake. How you doing, executioner dude? Luis's role in this is to be this country's executioner. Now that's true judgment. Unlike me, I just do as the church tells me to do. And I've only killed good people? Huh? Every tribe detests me, including my own. Suppose I'll face my own punishment one day. So he knows they're good people? Anxious guardsman! Your Highness, blimey! I can't believe it! Anyway, if you don't stop Luis, there's gonna be riots. I can feel it. There's an abnormal fervor in the city called a soldier's intuition. I think the shops were down this way, ah? Oh, and there's the racist kid. I remember him. Playing child. Can the elder really beat Luis? Like, really? Mum's always crying that Luis is scary. That means there's bad people in any tribe, right? Even the Clemars. So if you beat Luis, it's okay if you become king. Even if you're an elder. The elder don't seem so bad. Where's the shops? Are you dying? Dejected pauper. Hey, no offense or nothing, but Luis is gonna kill you, ain't he? Well, why risk your life for a country like this? Everything's pointless. You know it's all for nothing. Well then, might as well let him kill me. Okay, that's the guy who exchanges mag for... Well, I should check my map. Where? Oh yeah, so here they are. So there's the weapon shop and the armor shop is here. Let's just see if they got like really good stuff. Even though it's not Idle's Day, I got a bunch of money when I was running around that wintry place. I was using the merchant archetype, and so I was giving me lots of cash. Great at your Juness. Thank you, Nanako. I appreciate you. And let's see. Vera says best friends. That's what historians would say. Says it'd be awkward if the prince turns out to be our brother. ... Oops. And Oak says Ryoji Mochizuki. That was his last name put first, Mochizuki. Vera says I was kidding. Bumble says it was something Mochi. Omari says Luis is strong, but can he beat Goku? For some reason, I'm imagining that. Any of you guys remember those old Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials where it's like, this scientist has great eyes for his microscope or whatever, but can he see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I'm imagining that with like Dragon Ball Z now, where it's like, my dad is strong, but can he beat Goku? And the Goku just instant transmissions like behind him and then just like murders him. That would be a delightful, like Dragon Ball Z cereal commercial. And a timestamp for Moke 12345. See, I'm doing pretty good. Oh, Your Highness, it's an honor to have you here at my humble shop. Oh, that's right, Brigida Lycian sent us a notice stating we should offer you armorers at a discounted rate. My, she must really like you. Thanks to Brigida's guild discount, the shop prices were reduced. So we'll, even though it's not Idol's Day, we'll get that at least. What do we got to sell? Not a whole heck of a lot of stuff, but yeah, we'll sell all those things. But I've got over 800 grand. Let's see if there's any good armors. Comet plate. Ooh. Orichalcum mail. Wow. These are fancy. Endurance plus 7. Endurance plus 6. Let's see. It looks like Stroll and Hulkenberg probably won't be in the party by default. We should probably give the Orichalcum mail to Basilio because he's just so darn weak. Comet Cuirass Orichalcum vest. Sanctorian Rocher. A Captain Iron. Yeah, this is some good stuff. So yeah, there's probably... Oh, can we buy more than one of these? Let's check the other stuff. Comet Salet, endurance plus 5, endurance plus 6. Yeah, we're gonna stock up on things. They have added things to their wares. So yeah, we're gonna get an Orichalcum mail. We're gonna buy one of these, and we're gonna equip it on Basilio. Even though his evasion will go down, it's gonna be a lot better defense for him. Let's get one of these. We'll get 3 of these. We'll give one to Protag and then Yufa and Juna. Oh, no, this is better. The Orichalcum vest. It's expensive. That is expensive. Okay, we will give one of these to Protag.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll give just one of one of each of these. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of money, and I'm assuming we gotta buy some weapons too. Sorry, we're having to do shopping, but we're just taking care of our buds. We'll give one to Juna.
What do you think?
Oh, that's right, and Heisme is in our current party, so we give one of these to Heisme as well. And Heisme,
Understood.
there we are. And all right, let's go check out weapons. Let's stock up on potions, and then we're gonna go fight. Sorry it's taking so long to actually get to Luis. Vera says, I feel like there's gonna be cutscene heck. Well, at the rate that this shopping is going, we might not even reach cutscene heck. Vera said, I wouldn't know though, and all of our friends who played aren't here to ask. Omari says, heck no. Excuse my French. How dare you be French, Omari? But you're excused. Vera said, you the boss. Omari said, late night is perfect time for a fight. Weapons shopper. No shortage of options here. They've got spears, axes, bows. But if I'm to buy something, I think a sword is my best bet. But still, let's say a human showed up outside the house. What would be the best weapon in such a nightmare? Oh.
Hello there.
Oh, you? Actually, never mind. It's a principle of mine not to pry into my customers' personal business, regardless of who they are. Take your time, look around. Oh, yes, we receive word that you're one of the Lycian Magic Association's clients. Regrettably, we have a policy of giving their patrons a discount. Yay. All right, let's buy... Oh, okay, that's a little bit better than mine. Not a whole heck of a lot better. That's a lot better. Orichalcum Saber. Yeah, let's do that. Let's give that to Protag. Buy that for Protag.
Yeah.
And then who else wants some goodies? What about you, Heisme? Heisme? There we go. Heisme's gonna get a blooming katana.
There is cutscene heck ahead.
Okay, well, we'll just get there. We'll get to it and then watch a little bit of the cutscene until we have, and then like at the beginning of next stream, we'll be able to skip through it. Because we're almost to the 2-hour mark. So we probably will be ending early tonight, which means we should probably start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions now instead of waiting for about 45 minutes from now. Omari says to Vero, tell him to go to the church, pretty please. Okay, we'll do that. I will. And thank you, Noobly, for the 10 bits, and thank you, Omari, for the message there, and thank you, Vero, for pinning it. Let's do that.
That's fine.
Equip that. Let's see, anything else? We gotta give something to Yufa and to Basilio. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna run out of money. I'm gonna run out of money. Holy crap, I'm spending way too much. I thought I was rich. I am going to give the Burning Axe to Basilio.
Oh, nice.
And that's it for right now, because Yufa mainly uses magic. And it doesn't look like this increases her magic, so she's probably not going to be smacking around people very much. So let's go to the church. Let's check the potion shop, see if they got some good healing stuff. I'm just going to use up all of my money, and then we'll see what's going on over the church. Maybe are they going to be having like a funeral for Rella or something like that? Okay, potions this way. And here we go. Sorry this is taking so long, but this just goes to show that there was still plenty to do, I suppose. Bubba says, okay, guys, take his body and burn it after the fight. Steal the ashes and make sure he doesn't come back. That sounds like the type of thing you'd have to do like a vampire or something. I like these herbs, but the smart play would be to wait until they're on sale. That would have been smart for me to do with those weapons and everything.
What is it you want?
Oh, it's your highness, right? Well, everything here is business as usual. Take your time and look around. Oh, yes, that's right. Katharina said I should give you a better discount. She helped me out a long time ago, so make sure you thank her properly. I hear a voice. My line of work gives me a lot of contacts, contacts with general stores, so I told them to discount their stuff for you. Thanks to Katharina's streetwise negotiators, shop prices have been reduced. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, there is a lot of medicine here. There's a lot of good stuff here. Let's, first of all... anything we're particularly low on? Let's stock up on some expensive medicine. Let's get like 8 of those to get an even 20. Okay. Revival medicine and robust remedy. Cures poison for 1 ally, paralysis. Those are all at 10. So they're probably good. But let's get just a couple more revival medicines. Let's get like 2 of those. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not gonna regret spending all this money. And now we'll go to the church, like Omari was saying, and see what kind of fun stuff is over there. Vera said, okay, don't tell Logan. What, that you're gonna burn my body, apparently? That's okay, I'm not doing anything with it, you might as well. Omari says, to Nubly, you're lucky I'm broke. Vera said, meh, I won't vote, I gotta be impartial. Oak says, I think even if we ended early, we should try to catch up maybe. Omari said, that's really bad. You need to raise those up soon. Omari says to Nubly, I wouldn't. Quiketa said, to be fair, me and Tiff were really waiting badly for the Fidelio death that day. And Vera says, let's go gambling. Okay, somebody want to talk over here? You want to talk? Kiddo? Clamar child. I hate Louise. Well, he killed me mum. It's not fair that Louise gets to still be alive and me mum doesn't. So, Mr. Prince, can you please kill Louise? Will you kill that man? Please? I've got a little bow tie and short pants. I'm a little child, innocent child, asking you to go kill someone. Okay, so it dumped us out here. So let's check at the recruitment center first, cash in our bounty, then we'll check at the church, okay? Let's see. I got to scroll in the chat a little bit more. Vera's, oh, there's some gambling. Vera said, try again. A lot more gambling. I got to scroll through all the gambling. Omari said to Vero, like a stand. Is that a JoJo reference? We've had a lot of JoJo references tonight, actually. How you doing, recruiter on break? Oh, Your Highness, I remember you. You registered for the tournament here, did you not? Back then, I thought it was daft that an elder could aspire to be king. But the way the world's going, you can never be sure of anything anymore. I'm not proud, so I admit it. You were right, and I'm sorry for my insolence. When I'm king, I'm still gonna have you killed. Recruiter dispatcher, hey, sorry, but I'm not handing out bounties right now. A certain prince is gonna fight Luis at the Grand Cathedral, you see. Could be the biggest mess we've ever seen since the royal funeral, so closing up shop here. Never expected that His Highness would appear out of the blue. Boy, I sure hope I get to see His Highness. It'll be crazy if His Highness came in here. So I cannot cash in until after, apparently. Darn it! Okay, we're going to the church. We're going to the church. Let's see, Vera said he got cold and had to cover up, not on purpose. I love his smug expression as well. Oh, talking about why Zorba is wearing a cloak now. Vera said, Omari says, random thought. Is this game just Gundam? Hey, I was mentioning Gundam earlier, talking about G-Quux. All right, I want to hear, Omari, in what way is this game Gundam? Are we, would that make Luis, is he Char? Aznable? So are we Amuro Ray? Is that how this works? And then is Gallica our little Haru going around? So is our archetype our Gundam? All right, so we're at the church, like I promised. Omari. Oak said, why did Zorba lose so much swag? I don't know if he lost it. He did the thing where he slicked his hair back and he looks cooler now. Omari said, it's not even an allegory for racism. It's just racism. How are you doing, praying woman?
This I cannot fathom.
Oh, an elder. Oh, this is not a place you should feel comfortable casually strolling into. Like you said, Omari, it's just racism. I've heard the presiding sanctor will be changing soon. Will the new sanctor permit elder to trespass, I wonder? Oh. Is there... Oh, can we talk to this sanctor? Oh, no, that's for the shop. I can't go to... Okay, so what am I supposed to see here? Maybe there's something to buy? I probably don't have enough money anymore. Closure. I'll be departing the church in a few days. But how may I help you in the meantime, your highness? Huh?
Nobody looks cooler with their hair slicked back. Maruki and Zorba lost so much aura when they did that. Still love you, Maruki. Boo.
Yeah! No, he looked less fluffy, but he looked cooler. It's the Sosuke Aizen thing. The fluffy, look friendly and everything, but then you slick the hair back, and you're like, ugh. The problem is I can't do that because I have a massive forehead. As it is, I feel like I may have gotten my hair cut a little bit too short when I got the haircut the other day. But thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. I do appreciate that. Let's like glance over at the overlay for the bottom of the chat. It looks like, is that a first-time chatter? First-time chatter. I am very behind in the chat. I've been trying to catch up. Riffy? Tadif? I'm gonna call you Riffy. Can I ask you a question about this game? Sure, as long as it's not spoilers. I'll wait to see what the question is so that my mods will be able to erase it if it's spoilers. But welcome! If you're new here, give you the quick rundown. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternated between this game, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Oh, they got Balm of Life here! I should buy one of those. And I read every comment in chat, but I'm like at least a good 20 minutes behind, so I just happen to see that on the overlay. So if you have any other things to say, I will read them. It just may take a little while. Okay, so, this is where you get the purified tea cakes. I should stock up on those. I want to make sure that I have like 10 of all these ailment things. Let's get 3. Let's get 8. What was that? The Cure Sleep, we got that. And let's get one more Balm of Life so that we have an even 10 of those. And that's it. So, yeah, Amari, was this, maybe it was somebody outside I was supposed to talk to that Amari wanted me to see. Let's see. Amari says, I am thou, thou art I. Again, it still bugs me so much that the grammar is wrong on that. It's not, it should not be I am thou, thou art. It should be I am thee, and thou art me. It still rhymes. Riffy says, I'm not trolling. Does it pick up once you finish the first dungeon? Well, here's the thing. In my opinion, I am loving this game. I'm guessing so you played the first dungeon then. I am loving the game. It is very similar to Persona games in terms of how it's structured, where like you'll get to the point where it's like, here's what the dungeon is, you have a deadline, you're gonna spend a lot of time just like hanging out with your friends, increasing your friendships, leveling up stuff, doing side quests and things like that. Although in this game, a lot more of the side quests are like mini dungeon crawls, so it has more action in that way. I think it does take a little while for the story to get going, but I am loving the story in this. So I would say yeah, and I love the characters too. I would say yes, personally. Everyone's mileage may vary. If you enjoy the Persona games, I think you will enjoy it. If you find that type of time management, like, okay, I got like 3 weeks to do this dungeon, I gotta hang out with my friends a lot and increase my stats. If you don't like that, you might not like it. But that is my opinion. I hope that helps. But yes, this one did start very slow. Dapper Noble. Well, Luis needs to be defeated first, if nothing else. If not, our own fates are sealed. Quite. I don't know if I trust that prince or whatever he calls himself just yet, but I dare say he has a chance.
I can't believe such a thing.
The Sanctus Church is all but ruined. The leader of the monk army is nowhere to be found. Omari, did I find the church thing you wanted to see? Oh, who's that? There's a bubble we need popping. Sorry, I always take so much time doing this. Commoner woman. Hey, commoner woman.
Oh, me?
Oh, Closure! The king's face is in the sky again. Perhaps he's here to keep an eye on Luis? Wait, so has that thing been traveling around with us? I thought maybe it was magic and everybody could just see it from everywhere. Did his majesty truly intend for such a bloody conflict for the throne? I can no longer stand any of it. Yeah, I'm starting to think the last king wasn't such a nice guy. Could be wrong, flustered coachman. Desperate passenger. Hey, get me out of the city and quick! Luis is back in the capital now. It's going to be the royal funeral all over again. Please, let's go, let's go.
If I may.
Okay, calm down, please. We'll be departing as soon as possible, I promise. People are scared. Chatting youth. I should read some more in the chat, though. I should read some more comments in the chat. Let's see. Vera says, ooh, I'm intrigued. Oak says, oh, I read that was pinned. Tiff says, my baby. Chris says, we're killing the daughter. Omari said, time for the 1v1, right? Oak said, Tiff, congrats, you're a father now. Vera says, it says made in the UK, so I guess secret third option. Vera says, yay, I'll bring a baby shower gift. Oak says, my arm is sore. Noobly says, my favorite is Klaus. I don't know how to pronounce it on Netflix. I haven't seen that yet, but the animation looks really good. And Wendy with an unlurk. Welcome back, Wendy. How'd the grinding go? Tiff said, Oak, wait, what? I looked away and now I'm a dad. If it's that easy, I'm surprised Logan's not a daddy. Well, you adopted Maria, we decided. Omari said, MJ reference, a little bit. Nora said, hey fam, what's up? Oak said, Nora. Vera said, I cackled out loud. Wait, the Oak saying the what? And Vera says, hi, Nora. And Wendy said, gang, I'm so nervous for this con I'm going to. I've never been to a con before and never even seen a celebrity IRL with my own two eyes, let alone some of my favorite people in the universe. I'm so scared I'm going to like embarrass myself or be a blubbering mess. Well, here's the thing. Here's my suggestion for anyone having a first time going to a convention. Whatever blubbering mess you worry you might devolve into, and you might blubber a bit, you're not going to be the worst that person has seen. You're not going to be the worst the convention goers have seen. It's fine. I think they'll find it flattering. Most of, like, unless they're like an awful one that has a bad reputation, they'll generally be very kind and sweet and understanding. You don't have anything to worry about. I would say just look forward to it. Enjoy it. It's a wonderful experience. I guess some cons can be lame, but all the cons I go to, they're generally really fun. And so I hope you have a wonderful time. Just make sure that you're traveling safe. When is it again? Is it next week? Is that what you said? Or next month? Nora said, Oak, you need to be free tomorrow. Vera said, do you have friends to go with? When he said, Vero, that's another thing. I'll most likely be going solo. I'm asking one of my friends if they are free. Well, good opportunity. You can always make friends there. I've made lots of friends going to Transformers cons.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's a good distance, because that's enough like to build up the anticipation, to let some of the nerves go and look forward to it. But yeah, like, just make friends. Like, everybody here's one of the things I love about going to Transformers convention, because like I'm into Transformers and I look around and I'm like, wow, I'm in a room with hundreds of people who are all into the exact same thing that I am like super into. I could like just start talking, because normally I suck at just striking up conversation with randos, but I could just do that. I could just start talking about Transformers with people, and it's amazing. In the end, the final viable candidate is the most dangerous one, and the one whose motives are the least understood. Well, that's if we're to believe St. Rella's words. I still doubt that Prince is really capable of taking down someone like Luis. I need some water. Hang on. Whew. All right, is that it? Is that everybody I needed to talk to? Let's save and let's tagger our save just in case I regret all that money I spent. And let's head there. Let's confront Luis. If I do remember correctly, I think in the market there was like 1 or 2 NPCs that if you talk to them, they'll sometimes give you a random item. So we should see if we can talk to them. Oak says to Nora, I am not free tomorrow. My dad is having a birthday celebration and my computer still isn't working. Woody says, but I already have the time off from work and I would hate to waste it, especially when it's such a perfect opportunity. Nora says, Vero, can you remind Mia? I love her. When he said, me too, give Mia the fattest pet for me. And let's see, Omari says, I don't know if you know this, Logan, but upgrading archetypes gives you permanent stat boost. That's why you need to do it now. Oh! Excuse me, I forgot to mute on that one. I paused the game instead of muted. I'm not good at this. I forgot about that. Yeah, crap, you're right. They do that, huh? But now hang on. Does that work anytime you just max out any random archetype? Or, yeah, because I guess not just wait. Okay, I should probably do that then. Because what are our stats looking like? Those look pretty low. Also, on top of that, I have items that do stuff like these incense things that's like increase your stats, and I've never used any of them. And I probably should. I mean, if Beowulf was here, Beowulf was probably like, you should have used those skill issue. But I'd like to think of nothing else. It's been playing with a self-imposed handicap for no reason. So maybe before we fight Luis, I should dump all these into, just inject all these steroids into Pro Tag and max out stuff. So that is a very good point. I had neglected to consider that, but you're absolutely right, Omari. How you doing, Science Soldier? Your Highness, I don't want to see any more bloodshed there. I'm begging you to help, truly I am. Okay, where's the guy that gives us items? I think it was on a corner over here. Oh, he's gone. Okay, so, should we go fight Luis even with myself unprepared? And all of my stats unboosted? And should we just see what happens? And maybe I'm just gonna die instantly, and it'll be quite embarrassing, but fun for y'all. We should at least like start up a cutscene, see what's gonna happen here. Give us a teaser for next time. Hope I'm getting closer to catching up in chat. Let's head in. It's time for our showdown against Luis. Are you ready? Always ready. I'm ready, baby. If it goes straight into a fight, we'll probably just actually wrap up there. But I want to see if there's a cutscene beforehand. We'll probably have to save the fight for next time. Hey, Batlin!
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are.
Did you get fired?
I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone.
Oh.
Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. But like hell, if that's gonna stop me.
He's a man who loves his job. Both of his bosses died, and he's like, I'm still going to work, not collecting a paycheck, but I'm doing it.
As a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight.
Oh, prediction has just started. Okay, let's see what the prediction is. This has me nervous. Maybe it is going to go straight into a fight. Prediction, will Logan get destroyed? Yes, I'm so excited. Nope, he got it first try. Well, let's find out what's gonna happen.
Woo! Live free, crier! Fight the power!
Row, fight the power!
Very good. Let's begin, shall we?
We shall.
The day of judgment is here. The final fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the fallen prince.
That's me. Hi.
The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show of true strength, worthy of our new king.
Your Highness, you can win. Give Luis the boot.
Count Luis! Kill that imposter!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the royal capital.
Well, that's right. He's got to make his own grand entrance, right? Let's see. I got to read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Omari's already read that from Amari. Quickly said, that's right. I have the very death counters on little buttons on my stream deck. Vera said, if you go solo, you can always send pics to us and text to help you feel less anxious. Oh, that's a good idea. Vera said, will do. Gonna go give Mia some love when I locate her. Wendy said to Vero, if that's okay, I don't want to seem like a major loser, but this is for sure the most ambitious thing I've ever done on my own. So I'm a bucket of anxiety. Not gonna lie. And didn't you say it's in California? So I assume, are you flying out? Because you're East Coast. Vera said, nah, dude, you're valid. Your first con, you're going alone. That's scary. Vera said, but you got it. I could totally be there over text. It is a bit stressful. The first convention I ever went to, I went solo as well. And I don't think I made any friends the first year. But I eventually made friends. Let's see. Nora said, today I made an origami swan and made another one and gave it to that one girl Z, the one I wanted to fight because she always gives me origami stuff she makes. And it meant a lot that we're friends and we joke around a lot and insult each other as jokes, but she seemed genuinely happy / thankful that I made it for her. Oh, that's sweet and wholesome. When he said, and I'm going to be surrounded by some of my favorite voice actors, like Dan Green is going to be there, Yugi himself, how am I supposed to be nonchalant? Oh, and there was the June S jingle. That was a while ago. I must still be really far behind. Vera said, girl, get it. I know I'd freak out if I met my favorite voice actors. Nora said, cook cons can be very overwhelming. Watch out, but you got this. I believe in you. Tiff for the hydrate command. Thank you very much, Tiff. I'll do that right now. When he said, like, bro, the closest to a famous person I've ever met was the old dude who was in the commercials for a local car dealership, and bro was a jerk. I feel like local celebrities tend to be jerks. Not all of them. I don't want to badmouth all of them, but I feel like it's like people, I don't know. If it's just like the little bit of fame going to their head or something. Omari says, do you mean Apple Jacks? No, I was talking about, you don't remember those Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials? Where they'd be like, you know, do you see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? The people would be like, oh, because they're geometrically designed as, you know, squares or something. And they'd be like, no, because it's covered with cinnamon sugar on every bite. I'm serious, it's a real thing. Google it, look it up. Nora says, oh my gosh, there's a con coming up in November I'm probably going to go to, and freaking Robbie Damon is going to be there. A lot of other amazing voice actors. Oak says that, quote, oh, your Highness. Not that word. And the prediction is still going, but there's a new event up here. A pin message pinned by a viewer written by Wendy said, this is low-key reminding me of that scene from Transformers 1 where bro is like, the season of blank is over. That's what's going to happen. That's the big spoiler here. The big twist is Megatron's going to show up. And he's going to like freaking rip Luis in half.
Well, there's no way he'd run away from this. Anytime now. Anytime.
There's Luis. There he is.
It's Luis's Gauntlet Runner.
At least
and so the leading candidate finally makes his appearance.
And this time he had the good sense to not be carrying a human corpse with him. Let's see what he said to Nora. Thank you, Nora. Yeah, probably gonna get overwhelmed, but the good thing about being going alone is I can work on my own timeline. That's a good point. Oak says it sounded like that. Blame Logan, but that's not what I said. Vera said it made me chuckle. Omari said, get yourself purified to the church. That's what I should have done, but that probably cost money I don't have anymore because I splurged. Luis. Remember the last time we were here, Luis? You killed our aged friend. You slit his throat, you jerk.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis.
So we're gonna just like fight in front of all of them? Is this like a Yu-Gi-Oh duel where people are gonna be watching?
Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost becoming our nation's youngest general.
He looks so much bigger than us, but isn't he only like 2 years older or something like that? Because I think they said that when the prince was, or maybe 4 years, I think when the prince was cursed, he was 12, and that was 10 years ago, we're 18, so he is 4 years older than us, something like that.
Suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared, and now here he stands, closest to the throne. Then we have the Elden candidate, he who claims to be none other than His Highness, the Prince. Though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish.
If this is like Yu-Gi-Oh, which character is playing the role of Joey? Choose wisely.
Joey's got to be Stroll, right? Because Joey is like Yugi's oldest friend. Even though Stroll is like a lot more serious than Joey, he's got to be Joey, right? Yeah? Am I wrong? So yeah, Stroll, our old Yu Narukami over here. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. Plus, he had the coolest ripping out his own heart scene. So, I don't know. All right, what was Batlin saying? Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Juna among them.
The time has come to demonstrate his power. Will it be enough for this youth to take the throne?
I'm going to die.
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run.
Ha 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 ha. I'm too dumb for that.
This all began with the king's failures. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed. You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
Power, intellect, bloodline. I mean, they do actually seek power because they want someone who's going to be strong enough to protect them. I'm going to say, I mean, they're racist. They probably, I'm going to say intellect. I'm going to say I got the old smarts.
The intellect to resolve everything.
Many would dismiss the idea, but resorting to force is never the answer.
Can intellect alone protect the people? In the end, words are nothing against power.
Are these things gonna matter? Are these gonna like change my stats? Are they gonna like force me to a bad ending if I choose the wrong answers?
Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
Power! My Lord Luis, kill him now! Only the strong can rule!
Your Highness, show us your power!
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
I want to give a speech.
We have only one thing to say.
See, there's your Joey character, Wendy. And wow, the prediction is still, people are still voting. Like, what would happen if I just ended the stream here before the fight? Then all the prediction would go to waste, right? Because do predictions like this, do they carry over into future streams? Severe said, don't forget to get lots of water and snacks. It's summer already. Said, food in cons, I heard, is overpriced. Oh, it is. It is very overpriced. I always carry around a backpack and I'll have like a little thing of Mint Milano cookies, maybe some Fig Newtons, some Ritz Bits crackers, and a little bottle of water. But you gotta make sure you don't overload yourself too much, because even just like a backpack is like, it's not that heavy. Carrying it around for like 8 hours straight will start to give you a lot of back pain. Quigator says, I have milk and chocolate bars. What do you say to Vero? Oh, I have the water bottle strapped. Vera says, yeah. Oak says, I finally get a referral to an optometrist today. My vision has been blurry for far too long. Well, hope you get a good prescription then. Tiff said, I'm going to lurk and play some Fields of Mystria. Let me know if I'm needed knowledge-wise. Thank you for the lurk, Tiff. Good luck on Fields of Mystria. What he said, Queen Katie, share, please. Tiff with the lurk. Queen says, no. Omari says to Vero, tell him to go to the church, pretty please. Vera said, me and you are falling down the rabbit hole. I've already started summer. I got you. Omari said, thank you. Omari said, does he know you need money to purify the church? Vera says, shush. Well, I saved over different slots, so if I reload, I can buy different stuff. I make bad choices. I make very bad choices. I guess I could sell some of my old equipment that I don't use anymore. Nora says, I want my iPad and headphones so bad, but they're upstairs, and I'm feeling so energyless. Oak says, my arm hurts so bad. Crystal with some raid suggestions. There we go. Let me copy this down in my text file, because we will be needing to make use of these a little bit later. Probably a little bit sooner than usual, because we're almost at the 2.5 hour mark right now. It looks like we're just going to go into a fight. So let's just at least do a little bit of fight. Get a taste of how awfully unprepared I'm going to be, and if I'm going to get destroyed instantly. And who knows, maybe I'll die horribly, painfully, and violently, and you guys will just all enjoy that. Nora says to Oak, why? Oak says, meningitis vaccine. Nora says, what does that mean? Oak says, the disease or the concept of vaccines. That is a fair question. Nora said, Oak says, I don't know what that means. I wasn't paying attention. Omari says, the archetypes. You literally just go into a giant robot. Ooh, I hadn't really thought of it. I always thought of it as like we were turning into it, but now I kind of like that if we're piloting the archetypes. So they are our mech suits, our mobile suits. There was Rifty coming in with the question. Oh, and Vero with some raid suggestions as well. So awesome. So we got plenty of raid suggestions for later. Let me copy down Vero's and let's get back into this and let's actually do this fight. Hang on, I'm just copying these over and there. I'll deal with those a little bit more in a little bit. Let's play this game. We only have one thing to say.
Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you slain.
I do think it's funny that Luis does talk a lot about fairness and equality because, like, he is the bad guy of this game. One of the bad guys. Forden was also a bad guy, but he is, like, the main bad guy, at least so far up to this point. And yet, he is also one of the few people other than protagonist who is not overtly racist. He is very much a might makes right kind of guy, which is a different type of a bad thing. But still, oh, and a highlighted message from Mari says, purify. Yeah, I should have. I probably should have. I've got a lot of stuff I have not purified. I assume it would be very, very good equipment by now.
Hear this! Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
I love how Stroll's like, we have one thing to say, and now we're still just talking. We're yapping.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal.
I mean, it does seem like that goal is sincere. He has the same book that we have that talks about the world before whatever happened, when there wasn't all this tribalism and racism.
Imagine if that's how the Decepticons versus Autobots battle went. Megatron got a darn silver tongue, so it'd be such a popcorn muncher.
Oh, Vera, here's the thing. I hope this isn't too much of a spoiler for IDW Transformers, because you've already read Megatron Origins, And so you know about how all that started with him being a gladiator and everything. But later on, they also flesh out his backstory to establish not only was he a gladiator, but he was quite literally like a poet, that he wrote and published poetry. So, little bit, Vero. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. See Nora say, no questions allowed. Longa cannot answer any question that is not math. And there was Rifty with a question. I already answered that before. Noobly said yes. Vera said, I think so. Oak said, actually, you could raid Tony's Game Lounge. Oh, is Tony's Game Lounge still live as well? Let me copy that one down too. Nora is saying, Nat Lufa. Nora, you missed it. We actually raided Nat Lufa a couple of streams ago. And you weren't there. I think it was Oak who suggested. Someone suggested Nat Lufa. And then we did the raid. I even said at the time, it's like, it's too bad Nora's not here because Nora's always suggesting this person. But we did do that raid very recently. Noobly said to Rifty, it's a JRPG. They tend to start slow. Omari says, no, you didn't purify. I didn't know what I was doing. I am bad at this. Let's play it a little bit more here.
Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
Glowy sword.
If your equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then I deny your world.
Thank you, Stroll, for being my mouthpiece. He is kind of Joey. He's not dumb like Joey, but he's the outspoken, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for all my friends kind of guy.
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak?
Strength.
Then prove to me these are more than empty words.
There's a G in that word, Luis. Strength, not strength. Okay, we'll do a little bit of a fight. Obviously, there's going to be cutscene heck after this.
And act your part in this show. I have a new world to build.
Oh, it's a shadow. Oh, Beowulf! And it's this clip again.
You're quite clever. Right, I'm smart. Obviously not. Stand brain, okay? Remove the skull, reveal the pink brain, scoop with the spoon.
That's a smart guy. That's a smart guy.
The rant is unsuitable for you.
How you doing, Beowulf? Welcome, welcome. We're just, again, I don't think we're gonna do the full fight.
In its name.
We'll just do a little bit because there'll be cutscene heck after this, and my voice being the way it is for my cold, I am not gonna be able to go like an hour and a half overtime tonight. So we will wind down early, but let's at least give this a little bit of a try. Rifty says, I'm in the middle of the first dungeon and I'm having a hard time enjoying it. I'm sorry, I hope it gets better for you. I've been loving it. Omari said to Vero, I should have been clearer, huh? Vera said, oh, and a spoiler warning, we are in endgame. And Vera said, it okay, he got it. Omari said to Vero, he went and didn't purify. Vera said, as someone who's been watching this playthrough and never played it, the story does pick up in my opinion. Gameplay is also fun. Like Logan said, it depends on if you enjoy time management mechanics. Vera said, no, I mean, he got it even without purifying. He doesn't need it? Maybe. Vera said, laughing, I'm so excited. He will get destroyed. Rifty said to Vero, yeah, I love Persona, so I picked this up. Maybe once I get to the social stuff, I'll enjoy it more. Thank you. Vera said, no problem. This game is underrated, so I hope you enjoy it. Wendy said, I get that. I love the same thing about concerts, too. Like, everyone in the room liking the same thing is such a cool feeling. I never thought about that with concerts, so that's a good point. I don't do concerts very well. I do cons better, but that's a good way of looking at it. Omari says, no. Nora says, I. Oak says, they do that. Rifty says, I'm gonna peace so I don't get spoiled. Thanks all. You're already gone, but thank you so much for being here, Rifty. Hope we were able to help. Nora says, I. Vera said, you're welcome, come by whenever. Quigita said, captions, you should have used those skilly shoe. Nora says, I. Quigita says, battlin'. Omari said, time for the hot man to murder us. Vera said, prediction up. I want to see if I can determine the result next time. Oak says, get destroyed in Luis fight. Vera says, yes, his first attempt, that is. Quigita said, no. I dropped the entire bit of chocolate milk in my milk. Oh, by a bit of chocolate into your milk. I thought you spilled your chocolate milk. Okay, that's not as bad because if you spill chocolate milk, that stains. I'm sorry. It's the worst when you're like trying to dunk Oreos, because I always like to completely submerge them. And if you lose it, because then it's just going to turn into sludge. Oak says 8K in the pool. Nora said choc milk. And there's a there's a clip there. We'll check that in a minute. But let's see how this fight goes. What was he saying? Come then and act your part in this showdown. I've a new world to build and you will die in its name.
The time has come.
Hey, I'm going to get you. I'm gonna steal something from you. I'm gonna steal your sword or something. Yoink. Oh, he's not holding anything. Okay, now we can just slaughter this bro with all of our bestest attacks. Emerald Vortex, extreme magic wind damage. Seeker's Gale is that's heavy. Yeah, extreme wind damage to all enemies, ignores resistances. Okay, that's some decent damage. I think we got this. This is fine. Summon Beast. Yeah, oh, we've totally got this.
Die by it.
And yeah, see that frenzy thing to bro. Yeah, look at that. We already got like 20% of his health down. Soul Cry. I don't like it when he gains icons.
Come, accept my challenge.
Royal Coercion. What does that do?
I see your game.
Okay, that hurt a little.
You've got a bunch of ailments slowing you down, Captain.
Does he? I don't see any ailment icons on his thing. I think he's probably fine. Let's assassinate, bro. Yeah, oh, yeah, we're made in the shade. We're gonna heal up everybody though, top us all off.
I'm grateful.
Thanks. Quite a boon.
And we'll give Luis another turn, another chance to, but no, we've got him. We're slaughtering this man.
Okay, let's all.
And yeah, just do another frenzy on bro.
You're out of here.
We already got him like 25% of the way down. Soul Cry gains 2 turn icons.
Can you endure it?
Unlocked affinity. What's that mean? Oh, so he's got fire now.
Too slow.
Oh, that's right. Didn't the
You've got a bunch of ailments.
somebody said that he has a thing where he can identify what our weaknesses, but it's okay. He missed one of us. I think it was little Heismay. I'm feeling very good about this. Hang on, we got a clip in the chat though.
This mess.
We got to. Are you guys? Yeah, I probably didn't need any of those boosts you guys were talking about. There's a clip in the chat. Again, if anyone doesn't know, anytime someone posts a clip in the chat, we got to load up on our clip viewer to watch it together. This clip from Vero is titled "Future King," by the way, from 18 minutes ago. So I'm not that far behind at all. Let's pop it up and take a quick look at this while I have a sip of water.
Fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the fallen prince.
That's me. Hi. And that's the clip. Thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's get back in this. Oak says, I have faith in Logan low-key. This isn't a surprise boss, so I think he'll go in with a proper amount of preparation. He mostly dies when he's unprepared. Yeah, like I'm feeling good. Let's get him down to halfway and see if he like enters the second phase or something like that. And you're gonna still be on healing duty. Duty.
Thank you.
That helped us out.
Much thanks.
And so you have, that's heavy fire damage. Do we have any syntheses items that do more than heavy? That's extreme ice damage. Extreme's better than heavy, but it's also the expense of an extra turn, so it's not like he has a weakness against that.
I pray you're ready.
So stick with 2 heavies rather than only 1 extreme.
There is no escape.
And yeah, we're just tearing this guy apart. Nora says, I am keyboard slam. What he said, this is low-key reminded me of the scene from Transformers. Oh yeah, that was pinned earlier. Vera says, yeah, what he said.
Can you endure it?
Turkey uppo. Vera says, pin because TF reference, ripping him in half.
But how?
Don't hurt him.
Ridiculous.
But again, he missed one of us. And Heismay's not quite dead. Attack returned to normal, defense returned to normal.
In real danger. He needs healing now.
No, it's fine. It's fine, Gallic. It's fine. Assassinate, bro. Actually, no. He should use an item. Because he is that low. Use an expensive medicine on yourself. And then that way, now you'll be able to top health everybody with healing, and then the next 2 will do their attacks.
I am grateful.
Thanks.
Let's see. Nora said, I'm gonna yawn. When he says, did you yawn? Nora says, yes. Vera said, waiting with bated breath. Vera said, let's go yawn.
Take my fullest power.
Yeah, look at we're slaughtering, bro. Eglin says, we're gonna have a little animatic thing with epic designs because I definitely have a favorite already. Nice. When he says, oh my gosh, Yu-Gi-Oh mention. This is because we're doing it for an audience, right? Okay, he's lower than half. Is he gonna enter a second phase?
I see.
Oh.
It would appear you have the metal to defend your claims. Then I need not hold back either.
Okay, if he doesn't pull out some real great attack, we've got this made in the shade. Soul Scream gain 4 turn icons.
Can you endure it?
But he'll lose them if people keep dodging.
My challenge.
What is this?
I strike to kill.
We're fine. We're still fine. Spatial slice.
I see your game.
Oh, we're still fine. Yeah, no, this is easy.
Been hit with some kind of status.
He's like, oh, I'm not gonna hold back anything. Oh, I'm Louise Gilburn. I have really big epaulets that make my shoulders look big, but really if I took my cloak off, I'd be really scrawny. Yeah, no, we got this. We've got this. This is so easy. Let me catch up fully in the chat now. What he said, it's just like Battle City for real. Nora said, bro, I'm freaking exhausted. Vera said, a little waving is so silly. Tiff says, to Wendy Stroll called it. Wendy said, base. Bro is my fave so far. I know nothing about him. Omari says, does that make Luis Kaiba? I think it does. Is like, well, would it be Kaiba or would it be Pegasus? I'm not sure, because I still don't know. I mean, he's evil.
You think yourself equal to a UG
but he is going against racism, so he's not like bad. So would he be a rival or would he be a full-on bad guy? When he says One Piece fight, Oak says One Piece mention. Newbly said Joey's the best character in Friends. When he said, I think predictions do carry over, like until an outcome is picked. Quigata said, I regret eating chocolate. I feel sick now, ... help. Nora said, I'm going to be applying for a job in a couple of weeks. Need the Kyoko cosplay. Oak says, Nora and I discovered how predictions work when you don't give an answer in 24 hours. It just refunds everyone. Okay, so yeah, if it's over 24 hours, that'll be, because the next stream is Tuesday. I should mention, by the way, that next week, Friday's stream will be canceled. So we'll only have one Metaphor stream next week. Friday, I've got a work thing that night.
There is no
Crystal says, Fields of Mystery reminded me of Stardew, Logan. Remember when I played Stardew Valley and married Elliot all the time? Oh, I remember. I was starting to think you like Elliot. Crystal says, shout out. Oh, it says, so, ... And viewer with another clip. Hang on, let me load this one up, the clip viewer, so we're going to watch this one together. And this will tell me how far behind I am in chat. This clip from Vero is titled, The Suspicious Man, the Suspicious Speech Man Stealing the Opportunity from only 14 minutes ago. I'm getting closer to catching up.
You or your party, any final speeches before the duel?
I want to give a speech.
We have only one thing.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I was copying some over. I thought the clip would be a little bit longer. But yeah, I wanted to, but this troll's like, I've got this. Move aside. Stroll. Such a... What would be the... There's got to be some word for like someone who gets in the way of your speeches. Vera said, did you divorce him? Crystal said, I remember a different person my latest playthrough. No! Crystal said cheated. Nora said, was it Haley? Crystal doing this. Vera said, gasp. Crystal says, nope. Vera said, Crystal, how could you? Crystal said, don't like the girls besides Maru. Not gonna lie, I'm romancing a doctor. Nora said, then I'm not interested. Haley is my partner in any Save a Stardew ever. Why don't you like Haley? Oak said, my partner married Penny in Stardew. So today was Lucky Penny Day, so that's yet another Penny we got.
Perhaps this
Crystal says, I just don't. Not my type. I like them older. Vera said, ooh, even better. Crystal said, Haley's kind of young, maybe in her early 20s. So how old? Would you like elderly people? Would you like someone in their 80s? Vera said, fight. Omar said, what if Luis is the good guy? What if we are Luis? Maybe everything I was saying about us and the prince is actually us and Luis. Vera said, what are we anymore? Crystal says, Elliot is mid-30s, I think, so he's my type. Oak says, Luis, take off your clothes. Queen Katie said, Tony's Game Lounge is doing some grinding in Digimon because he finally found a place that gives a lot of EXP. Omari said, to Vera, we are inevitable. Vera said, fight. Crystal says that I'm romancing someone named Harvey now. He's a doctor. Beowulf says, hello, lonely man. Crystal says, fight. Vera said, Beo, just in time. Yes, Beo, I'm sorry that we are going to be winding down early tonight, but it is because that last night when we did the full stream, it was a bit much on my voice, and I can already start to feel it getting a bit strained here this evening as well. Vera said this is giving One Piece vibes. Vera said the pose, Whitebeard. Chris says, you still there? Chris said, I downloaded Our Life. Oak said, Whitebeard, take your clothes off. Beowulf said, only thing I'll say with this is that looks like I may have a spoiler clip edit to prepare.
Perhaps this suits me best.
Oh, and I never shared with you how I thought this fight is going to end, because I have some thoughts. I guess maybe I'll share those next time at the beginning of this stream. Quiga said, yes, enjoy. Vera said, oh, that's cute. Oak said, actually, Luis looks a bit like Sengoku or Garp here, but with long hair and that-ified. Quiga said, yeah, I see the chocolate piece of the milk. It does not look good. Vera said, he's so tiny next to Luis. Quiga said, LoganRobo with a heart. Hey, I got a heart. Vera said, I hope he doesn't hit us with 1k damage per hut. Never mind. Quigata said, BRB, I need to wash my hands after eating chocolate. Y'all know what to do, lol. Oak said, this definitely isn't the final boss. Luis far too easy right now. He's either going to have crazy phase 2 or this is the final boss. Well, I said before, I think he might mutate into a human. I don't know if he'd do that now or later. So yeah, maybe we're still in like the phase 1. Bill says, pin this, please tell me. I assume you want me to tell you how I think the fight is going to end. Okay.
Perhaps this suits me best.
I gotta have Heisme stop interjecting all the time. But okay, I'll tell you. Here's, and I guess I'll just recap next time to let you guys know. The way I see it, this fight with Luis can end in only one of 3 different ways, okay? One is we just flat out kill him and he's gone. I don't think that's very likely. We could
think yourself equal to a Ujief's agility?
It's possible that we could kill him and then he comes back, but they're not going to do 2 fake out deaths. If they do 2 fake out deaths with him like they did before with Zorba coming back then you would never believe that he's ever dead. So they're not going to do a fake out death with him, okay? That's not going to happen. I think it's also possible that he might, so we could do a fake out death. No. It's possible that
settle this here.
He might defeat us. That no matter what happens at the end, we think we got him, and then he's going to turn around and he just in a scripted scene defeats us. I said before, with us in 2nd place, I don't think that's going to last. That feels too much like in Persona 5 when we had like 80-90% popularity and it all came crashing down. Something is going to go wrong that is going to rob us of our ranking, and we're going to be like 20,000th place after this. Or the other possibility is that yes, we defeat him and somebody else becomes the final boss. Like as he's dying, maybe he says, oh, but my motives were actually good. And I was trying to think who the final boss could be, and the person I kept thinking would be Moore, that he's gonna turn out evil. But another thing I realized, I was watching the old VODs just to kind of recap and look for things to post clips about. And I'd forgotten that when the giant king face, this guy rose up, that he's not just a moon, he's just a chunk of dirt, and on top of him is like a palace and everything like that. It's like the royal palace or something. What if the final boss, like after we defeat Luis, is the king's face in the sky? And what if that palace is gonna be like the next dungeon? And we're gonna have to go up there and we'll have to fight the face? Because we said before how Persona games like you to fight a god and he's basically omnipotent. So, I don't know, there's some possibilities I'm just tossing out there. Anyway, I should probably finish catching up in chat though.
There's no escape from me.
Nora said, Lurk, Duolingo. Thank you for the Lurk, Nora. And thank you for pulling your weight in the Friends Quest this week. Noobly said, I'm going to bed. Good night, Noobly. Thank you so much for being here. Oak said, good night. Vera said, good night, Noobly. Quigeta said, back. Even brushed my teeth, too. Vera said, no deaths yet. Oh my gosh, he's Goku. A timestamp 2:34:56. I'm only 8 minutes behind. Quigeta said, captions. I'm Louise Gibbern. I have big epilepsy to make my shoulders look this big. I was saying epaulets, but maybe he is epileptic. Oak said, this must be an ad quote. Tiff says, agreed. And Vera with another clip. Let me load this one up with the clip viewers so we're going to watch this one together. We're getting a lot of clips right at the very end here. This clip from Vera from only 6 minutes ago. It's titled, Saving This in Case Logan is Being Overconfident. It's probably going to be me like going, oh, we got this. It's fine. Oh, we're still fine. Yeah, no, this is easy. And Vera adds a quote. Crystal says, no, Logan. Oh, I'm Louise Gibbern. I have really big epaulets that make my shoulders look big, but really if I took my cloak off, I'd be really scrawny. Thank you, Tony's Game Launch rated. Tony graded with a party of 3. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, we were just checking out a clip there. Would Vera or Crystal be so kind as to, oh, you're already on top of it. There's a shout out for Tony.
Dirty whore.
Oh, we've seen this clip before.
Oh my God, do not clip. First one was good.
Welcome! How was your stream? If anyone is new with the raid, let me give you the quick rundown on everything. My name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternated between this game, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. We are fighting what could be the final boss of the game. I don't think this is the final fight, though. But yeah, so we are late game, so spoiler warning if there's anybody here who's not played Metaphor ReFantazio, if you need to, like, take off or something like that, if you want to avoid spoilers, totally understandable. We'd love for you to stick around. We are actually going to be winding down a little bit early tonight, though, to be totally honest. I have a cold this week, and it's kind of doing a number on my voice. So we're probably just going to reload and restart this fight next time. But welcome, Tony! I heard you were playing some Digimon today. How'd it go? And okay, and also if anyone's new, I read every comment in chat. I'm behind, but I'm only like 10 minutes behind. I'm going to get caught up now. Crystal says, unless that's a hot 80-year-old, like how Astarion is a hot 200-year-old. Okay, so you know what it probably is? Like, when girls say they like older men, it's probably like, okay, you know, 10, 15 years, whatever, like a little bit, decade, maybe 2 at the most, above their age, if they like older guys. And then it gets gross. We're like 80, 90, whatever. And then as soon as you start getting the hundreds, 200, 300, 400, it gets hot again. Because you gotta be like a vampire or something like that. Is that how it works? Vera said, winding down, early equals 20 minutes till 3 hours. But at least we're not going to go an hour and a half over with cutscene. Heck, Crystal says, who's Hilda again? Sorry, Oak. You're talking about Hilda Hertz from over in Ace Attorney. Beowulf said, pin this please. Tell me. Crystal said, we have moms, plural, 2 moms.
Let us clean
Crystal
up
says,
this mess.
in our life. Quiggita said, yes, we have gay moms. Omari said, I made a slight miscalculation on the prediction. I thought Logan was on hard. That's why you thought I was gonna suck. But no, I'm holding my own. I'm feeling good, Vera said. I think he's on normal. I am. Oak says, Hilda is the gilf in Ace Attorney with the purple hair, the age glasses. And there's the Tony's raid. See, I'm not that far behind. Quiggita said, Tony's head rave. Tony can't think of a raid message. Oh, because that's the emote name. Tony says, Tony can't think of a raid message. And there's the schedule and everything like that. Quiggita said, I love the raid conga, by the way. I raided Tony earlier, and now we've raided you. So I guess we can remove you from our raid suggestions. Queen Katie had added you to our list of raid suggestions for tonight. Tony said, yo, Logan? Yes, I was playing more Digimon. Got my boy Imperial Dramon finally. I feel like I don't know enough about Digimon to know who that is, but that sounds cool. I know he is most likely a digital monster, and the Digimon are the champions. Quiggin said also, there's a red-headed girl in the Digimon game who just became overpowered in just one mission. And there, 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 54 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Hang on, I got a cough. All right, I got to look over those raid suggestions we were given earlier because we are unfortunately going to be ending a little bit early tonight. My apologies for that. But once again, just in case we happen to have anybody new here that joined since I said this a little bit ago, we'll give you the rundown again. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. So that means that the next stream coming up on Sunday is going to be Ace Attorney Tuesday. We're going to try this again and do this fight, and I assume kick some butt because it's going quite well. I'm taking a look at the raid options and trying to find the person with the fewest number of viewers. And looks like it's going to be probably this person who's playing Deltarune. I don't think we've raided this person before. Wait, is this Deltarune stream? Is it frozen? Oh, no, that is offline. I am sorry. It's because I inputted the raid suggestions all earlier. So not that one. So the next one is this one playing a game I have never heard of before called The Forest. I don't know. We'll be able to see what that is. So let me go ahead. Before we do that, though, as you can see, we have a link tree right there. Vera did it with the socials command. I'm going to copy this over to YouTube as well, because I think we might still have a couple lurkers over on YouTube. Feel free to check that out. That has a Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. I was about to say Instagram. Instagram's not on there. All my social media stuff for the channel. So feel free to check that out if you feel so inclined. We can probably take off slow mode now. Oh, it was on a 60-second slow mode. Holy cow. I didn't realize it was that much even when I was only 10 minutes behind. There. Hope that feels freeing. Liberating. And Tony's Game Lounge says, clap 2. Quiggity said, thank you for the very Luis stream. See y'all next time for finishing case 4. Finally. I know, I'm sorry that we weren't able to get through the full fight tonight, but I do need to give my voice a rest. I'm going to start up the raid here. Oak says, thank you for the very ow, my arm hurts stream. It made me smile. Why? Does your arm hurt? Vera said, thank you for the very protag tiny waves stream. And there is our raid message, so we can all copy that over in our clipboards as well. Quiggity says, Vera says, you wrote it wrong. Wait. I wrote the raid suggestion wrong? No, this is copied over. This is copy-pasted. Oh, I see. I wrote it wrong. I did the command wrong. I am sorry. Yes, I am dumb. Thank you. I didn't write that name wrong. I wrote the raid thing wrong. Thank you. There we go. Now but thank you very much, Vera. Otherwise, I'd have been yapping and wonder why the raid wasn't starting up. Thank you. Quiggity said, captions next time for fetish in case. No, there won't be any of that in Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney is a nice, innocent, sweet game where nothing bad ever happens except murder. Crystal says, oh man, we were planning on freeing the man. I'm sorry, but if we do that, we'll get into cutscene heck, and there won't be a save, and they'll have to do the fight again next time anyway. And so yeah, and plus, like I said, we got to end a little bit early. My voice is really about to go out. Bill said, Eurovision happened about a week or so ago, and my partner and I just watched all the performances from it. How was it? Nora said, love y'all, night. Vera said, my arm hurts. Oh, from the vaccine you were talking about. Crystal says, the raid command. Oak said, good night, everyone, love y'all. Vera salutes. Omari said, that means I'll get my points back. Right. Crystal says, night. I believe it means you'll get your points back. Vera said, yep, you get your points back. But we should do the prediction next time. But now you're a bit more informed now that you've seen how the fight is going. Oak says, yeah, don't worry. Crystal says, no, I'm stealing the back. Beowulf says, night, y'all. Crystal says, but yeah, Quiggity said I forgot to share my clip. Next time, for sure. Beowulf says, send it to me. There we go. Okay, again, thank you all so much for hanging out. I love and appreciate you all. thank you for your patience with me while I've been sick and taken so long to get this fight. We'll do the fight for sure next time. I love and appreciate you all. You all are amazing. Thank you for always spending your time with me. It means the world to me. You have no idea. Oak doing some hearts in the chat. Thank you. Enjoy the raid. Good night. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. And for those watching the VOD or over on
Perhaps
YouTube,
this suits me best.
good night as well.